that will play games that recommended in the chat. Maybe you've made a game, maybe there's a game you really like or that you want to talk about. I stream Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Except tomorrow I got some stuff going on in the morning, so let's get tomorrow, but usually that's the time we stream. Normally I'm working on my game Emoji Pop, which you can see in the middle here. That's what I do Tuesday through Friday is work on this game, and then we'll usually watch GDZ videos in the background, or I'll occasionally play people's games in the chat or whatever is going on. But I'm really excited for today's stream, and I started 10 minutes early because I need some time to share this everywhere, because this is going to be our biggest stream so far. And especially because we are playing Farm Break, which is released today on the Google Play Store, and I'm so excited for this game because I've been watching it for a long time, and I'm already addicted to it just by watching the videos of it, and I'm so excited to play it and give feedback on it. What's up, Kessels, in the chat? Kessels is a member of our stream. We're also going to be playing his game today, which is called Undead Eatery, but it's in beta, so you can't play it yet, but you can get a sneak peek today on the stream. And so let me just pull up all of the chats so I got everyone, so I can see where we're streaming on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. We're streaming everywhere, so I want to make sure I have all the chats open and everything. So while I'm doing this, because, you know, I've learned as a streamer, still no mods, says Kessels. Aw, man. Yeah, it's okay. I need to figure out how to make. Yeah, as I said, I'm a new streamer. Kessel's pointing this out. There's no mods. I need to figure out how to do that. I will make Kessels a mod for sure. What's up, Sakran? Farm Break, new game. Woohoo! That's right. You should play it on Google Play Store. I really recommend you play this game. We're gonna be playing it starting at 10 a.m. I just need time to make sure I see all your chats. Games time. That's right, Sakran on YouTube. So I got your chat open so I can see what you have to say, Sakran. We're going to be going non-stop on these games, so we're moving quick. Just kidding, says Kessels, lol. Okay. Oh man, there's so many things I have to do. And while I'm doing it, I'm going to try to tell a story, because I've learned it's good to be engaging even when you're opening up these links and stuff. Let me just test my audio out real fast. Let's see what it sounds like. Okay, it sounds okay. Let me turn up my volume a little bit. This is me talking. I think I need to move it a little closer maybe. Okay, this is better, I think. Okay, so we got the YouTube chat open. I need to open the Twitter chat. So the story I wanted to say is, last night I had a crazy dream, and it was a dream about mobile games, surprisingly. And in my dream, you ever have dreams where you I feel like I always have dreams where I'm in high school again, except everything's messed up. Does anyone else have those dreams? I have those dreams all the time. I had this dream that, is there skins? Sakran's asking if there's skins. Wait, really? I'm not sure if there's skins. We'll have to play it. I'm not sure. You should find out for yourself and let me know if you play Farm Break at Google Play. So yeah, I have these dreams where I'm in high school, and except I was at high school and it was a theme park. 1 second. But anyway, that's all a bunch of nonsense. Anyway, I need to share it to our Discord. If you haven't already, you should totally join our Discord. If you go to the links below, like my Twitter, I link on my Twitter profile. I link the stream, I link the Facebook group, and I link the Discord group. Let me go to the live stream. I'm gonna say, we are live. Get your butts in here. And we stream at Emoji Popcast. Alright, and so I'm opening the Facebook chat real fast. It's been a while since I've done this. Okay, here we go. Resources and Creator Studio. So I got. It's kind of difficult streaming to 4 places at once. That's why I usually just do it to one. See Discord. I will in a second. Creative Tools, Live Dashboard. Here's the chat for Facebook. So I got all the chats open on the side. You won't see them on the screen because that would take up too much room. I know there's better ways to do this. Still working on it. Okay. Oh man. Okay. I just want to make sure we got all the chats open. What's up, Dragonware? I see you on Twitter. What's going on? We're gonna start at 10 a.m. The big game we're gonna be leading off with though is Farm Break. What's up, Fart? I almost called you Farter. Fairer Twitch. What's up, Fairer Twitch? Thank you for joining the stream. If you want to see the games we're playing, I got a list right here. Farm Break is the big one. It's released today, and I'm so excited to play it. We're also going to be playing this rock, paper, scissors game that someone in our community is working on. It's like a really cool twist on rock, paper, scissors. 2 Minutes in Space is a game on iOS and Android we're going to be playing. I love space shooters. This one seems really cool. I want to give feedback on it. Dodgy Walls is a game I really want to give feedback on. I know it's on Android. I'm not sure if it's on iOS. Zeroing is a game made from another person in our community, and I'm really excited to play their update on the game. They responded to our feedback in the last stream. I'm Fair. What's up, Fair? That's easier to say than what I was saying before. Thank you so much for joining. Feel free to give feedback on any of these games or share games that you've been working on, whatever you want. We're going to be talking about all these. There's a story game called Shadow of Knot on Android and iOS, but it's free on Android if you have the Play Pass. And then, of course, we're going to be kind of closing it off with Kessel's Undead Eatery, which I'm super excited. It's going to be my first time playing the game. It's a take on the kind of gameplay of Diner Dash, except they're working towards expanding it. But we're going to be checking in and seeing their progress so far. And there's this game, Darks Unleashed Online, that I want to check out too, which is a really weird, interesting game that I'm intrigued by. It's almost 10 a.m. I got all the chats open. Love the work you do, says CED Dragonware. Thank you so much. If anyone's a fan, so as a game dev, I'm a huge fan of devlogs. I'm trying to make my own videos, but I'm not that great at it, and I've been really jealous of this person. Their company is called Caffeinated Dragonware, if I'm not mistaken. And they make these insane devlogs. So I won't play the audio because that'll be too much effort for me. But you should totally follow them on YouTube. They make these insane devlogs that are so highly produced. They're really, really funny and really informative. And they put a lot of effort into everything. So I just think if you are interested in game dev, you should totally follow them and sub to them on YouTube. I'll just leave that running while I'm setting everything up. Okay, have the chats open, have the games ready to play. I just want to share it to a couple more places. 1 second. I just want to tell you about my dream. I had this crazy mobile game dream right before I streamed today, so it feels like, I don't know, feels like a special moment that's happening right now, you know? I wanted to share this. I'm sharing the Facebook stream to a couple groups real fast. Share. More options. Share to group. Probably be more interesting. Let me just switch the audio. I'm sure you can listen to it. 1 sec.
Screenshot that is so much easier to explain. With that being said, I am done. Time for the speed art. Oh wait, hang on, I'm still new to OBS. Wrong button. Well, I guess that works, but I was kind of hoping. What am I doing? Come on.
Probably be more interesting. Let me just switch the audio. I'm sure you can
drawing in
listen to
a
it.
rough sketch at a very basic level. Now, this size of this is like, that is so much I think it's like a third or a sixth or something of the actual size of a 1920 by 1080 grid. But the reason I have it so small is so that I can properly scale everything upwards. You start small and work big. I find that when I work with a small thumbnail at first, it makes it super easy to stage things and frame them and make them, easy to work with. So that's what I'm doing right here. You see me there drawing in the main character, the crowd, the stage. Soon I'll be adding stage hands and stuff. All this is just to get a rough idea of placement and basic proportion and design. Like there's the attention meter we talked about in the brainstorming session, which if you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend you check it out. And yeah, see, I'm just sketching things in, very basic and rough. No need to worry about details at this level. Trust me, at this stage, you are not concerned about how detailed and complex it is. You want to get the basic idea, and there's the twin sister. We thought of that idea to have a twin sister option in there in case you wanted to play as either one of them. It thought it'd be fun if they were like two takes on the same character, basically. So that's why I'm having a secondary character in there. And you know, the tomatoes being thrown, the exit stage left sign that I came up with eventually. That's what I did first. And then as you see here, after I added the spotlight by filling in some black and erasing it, making it transparent, I merge it all together, trim it, and scale it up to the next size, and then wash, rinse, repeat. I create another sketch. Now this one's going to be a little more detailed than the other one. This one's going to have more little bells and whistles to it, a little more detail, and each time I scale it up, I'm going to increase the amount of detail I add into the drawing. The reason I work this way is because I find...
Thank you for that feedback on the audio. Just wanted something to play while I was setting everything up. I should have probably paid more attention to that. But definitely follow. They're called Caffeinated Dragonware, and I'm really impressed by their skills and their artistic skills. I love the way that they talk about the ideas that they're creating and how they come up with their ideas and their design process. So you should totally follow them on YouTube, subscribe to them on YouTube, and then they're everywhere else as well. Okay, just making sure my mic is on, because often I have to make the mistake of not turning the mic on and then talking for 5 minutes to nobody. Okay. So we're going to close that for now, and I'm really excited to start off with Farm Break. So this is a puzzle game, puzzle adventure kind of game for Android. So I would really recommend you play it on Google Play. Dragonware says I'm flattered. Thank you so much. No problem. Just keep making great videos, and I'm gonna keep repping them because we can all learn so much from them. I myself have learned a lot already just from watching your first couple of devlogs. So this game looks really, really awesome. So the way it works, and I'm playing it fresh. I just basically started running it to make sure it worked, but the way it works is you swipe to make your character move. Sakran says, yay, get wrecked. Play Farm Break. Yes, play Farm Break. Cool. So we got all the comments open. So the way it works is you swipe in a direction to move your pig. As you notice, if you've been watching the stream, it looks a lot more smooth now, right? Because I figured out a way to enable Intel virtualization or some stuff I don't understand. So now I'm able to play these Google Play games a lot more smoothly. So again, the way it works is you move, and you swipe to move. Something I think is interesting is that they have these birds on the side. They're purely cosmetic. They don't do anything. But it seems like they jump up. Okay, they jump up. So just already I think that's interesting. They include these little birds. I know this is a little detail, but to me it's kind of suggesting where they're supposed to be going as well with the coins. And it also shows you that things on the walls you can interact with, even though it has no effect on the gameplay yet. I think that's interesting that they planted that seed early. So again, these are just all my first impressions. And the goal is to clear all the paths, to go across every square. And so we complete the first level. Let's go to the next one. Oh yeah, Sakran says shop. So they want to see if there's skins. And there are. There's a ninja piggo, a war piggo, hell piggo, heaven piggo, zombie piggo. And then you can also buy coins. So yes, there are skins. I know that a lot of people are into these skins. They give the games long-term value. So this is level 2. Oh, this is the second part of level 1. Okay, I see. So right here, there's like 3 parts. I think that's interesting. So we can either go right or to the top. So I like that the game is kind of introducing me to the fact that I'm gonna have some kind of choices, and so I'm starting to. The first one I had no real choice. It was just kind of learning the controls, and now it seems like this is a safe environment to kind of learn the kind of strategies. So I could go either way. It looks like I'm gonna go up. Also, if I go up, that led me to the first bird. So I think the bird was kind of subconsciously letting me know that I should go up. Kind of. I think that's an interesting thing. BRB, gonna check out Farm Break real quick. Definitely do that, Dragonware. Great idea. I recommend everyone play this and give it 5 stars too, because I recommend everyone. Obviously, like maybe don't give it 5 stars if they don't love it, but what's not to love about this game? You're gonna want to give it 5 stars. I know indie devs love getting these ratings. They're really important. So I hope that everyone kind of maybe supports each other while we play these games. So I'm going down. I love the graphics. I love the gameplay, and I love what they're going to be able to do with the gameplay, I think. So we're kind of collecting these coins. And so I think this is also the first level really focused on the controls. You know, there's just going around in a circle. But it's possible that you beat that level without knowing the real objective of the game. So I think this one is also letting you know that you have multiple choices to make. So it's starting to kind of get you into that state of making strategic choices. But it's also letting you know what the objective of the game is. So after doing all this, maybe you think, oh, shouldn't I have one? But you'll see that there's one tile that's like not totally dark. And at this point, you could like, you could keep going. I like how the level design is making you like, now it's making me be strategic. I'm like, okay, to get to that tile, the fastest way to go is this way. So I think that's a really excellent level design right there, if that makes sense at all. Let's go to the next level, the next section of the level. Okay, a lot more coins here. So here, I like that the game it's pretty easy at this point. You know, there's nothing punishing about it, but it allows you to kind of experiment, and good players feel motivated to try to beat the level as fast as possible. Often, see you later, Sakran. Sometimes there's some kind of like reward for beating the level in as few moves as possible, but I don't see that here, and I don't think that's good or bad. Sometimes I think that's kind of annoying because I feel so much pressure to be perfect. So kind of like that it's more friendly and doesn't have that feature. Just an interesting thing to maybe think about. Oops, I messed up. I got to go all the way around again. So for that reason, like, again, if I was trying to minimize my moves and I made a mistake there, if the game kind of punished me or didn't give me enough rewards because I took too many moves, that would kind of frustrate me. So I kind of like that. It doesn't force me to play a certain way. And so again, this is a slightly more even sophisticated puzzle than the last one. With regards to getting this last tile, you have to kind of know to get into position so that you're on this row. I love this puzzle game already. I'm going to be playing this for a while because I really want to see where it goes, and I'm really loving it so far. So this one, we're starting off with no choice. That's interesting. We just go up. Okay. I like that these birds kind of suggest good moves that you should make. I really think that's what they're there for. I think that's really interesting. Sweet. Got some more gold. Let's go next. Okay. So here we're starting off and there's a lot more choice here. I'm gonna make sure. So again, we're still kind of just, it's important for a game like this to really be deliberate about their puzzle designs. If they'd introduced something too punishing early on, players wouldn't have time to familiarize themselves with the controls. It's also important. Yo, what's up, Mattman PS2? Happy Monday. Mattman PS2 is a huge member of this community. Thank you so much for coming in. I'm playing this game called Farm Break that's seriously like an amazing puzzle game, and I'm so happy it's out today on the Google Play Store, so I recommend everyone play it. Show them your support. And then up here I have a list of the other games we're going to be playing. So yeah, and so another thing that's important about easy puzzles at the beginning is that it's important for players to have a positive first-time experience in order to have the confidence to face the more difficult challenges ahead. So for that reason, I think this game so far, perfect level design and everything. So here we have these blue things. I'm not really sure what they do yet, but I have seen videos actually, so I kind of know. When we swipe up, they turn into spikes, which would kill you. So let me I want to see what happens if I hit them. So when they go out, if I hit them, I'm a dead piggy, I have died, and I have to retry. And then we go, okay, I like that we go back to the first level. So like, Mattman says, is this an indie release from someone in the community? Yes, it is. I think their name was Vincent or Vincius. I forget exactly their name. And I think that they might be in the chat as well. But they are a member of our community. And so for that reason, I'm even more excited to rep their game. Also, I love this game. So yeah, I agree. It looks really nice. I like that if you lose a section of the level, you have to go back to the beginning. So there is some kind of punishment for messing up. It's not too strong though, but I like that. It gives me a motivation to really try to beat the level. You know, if I just died and instantly replayed it, that would be a little, I don't know. I wouldn't play as carefully because there'd be no reason to really, you know. So I like that you kind of lose a little progress, and then it also allows you to kind of really reinforce the mechanics of the sequence of levels you're playing. Oh, so wait, we went back to level 2. So we went back a whole level. So that's like kind of a lot of punishment. That's interesting. I thought we would go back to the first section, but we actually have to beat the previous level again. I think that's interesting. I'd be curious what the developer, why they made that decision, just out of curiosity. We were at the third section. Okay, it makes sense. Now I understand. So it really forces you to, if you mess up, you have to play the sequence again, and that kind of tells you maybe like what you did wrong, because you have to kind of go through it again, reinforce the mechanics. What's up? Welcome back, Sukran. So yeah, this one's a really simple introduction where you just go in the 4 directions, and it shows you what happens with the spikes without forcing you to like, since you don't understand them yet, you can't really deal with them, but it's a great way to introduce them to you since you don't have to deal with their consequences yet, but you see what they do when you go across them. So I think that's pretty interesting. And again, I really like the idea that they have these birds on the outside, because from the get-go, they're showing you that you interact with the things on the outside of the fence, kind of. And so it planted that seed so early so that when I saw the spikes, it was easier for me to grasp their design. So I think that's a really awesome game design decision that I think shows like the depth at which they thought about this game. Sukran says, do you know Roblox? I'm familiar, but actually I've never played it, even though it's totally my kind of game, since I love creative games like that where you make your own games and stuff. Basically, Roller Splat. I'm playing now to see what it has to offer. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Roller Splat. I've never played that game. Mattman is like an expert. He plays a ton of these mobile games. You can play his game Hexstars on iOS and Android right now. Nice. So I feel, again, it's like allowing me to get familiar with the mechanics and the objectives of the game and everything. Okay, so these are the spikes. So there's some potential to mess this up. And the birds, again, are kind of indicating you where to go, kind of like the coins in Mario, and the coins do that a little bit here too. Oh wow, so it seems like when there's open spaces, that's kind of where it gets more difficult. So like in this middle section, there's like it's not like just these little channels. It's like, oh, we got an open area, so you have to be kind of more strategic with how you get there. So I like that. Like I don't know. Oh, so if I went down, that would hit the spikes there. So there is definitely some like challenge here. And back in 30 minutes, you need to do something cool. Kessels, I got your game a little bit later in the stream, so you'll definitely be back in time for that. Birds indicate where to go. Didn't realize that. They don't hardcore indicate where to go, but kind of like the coins in Mario, you know, they kind of give you hints as to where to go and stuff. And I think the birds are slightly indicating, for example, like here they're indicating go side to side, etc. Because otherwise you can't just litter the coins everywhere. So I think the birds do a good job of that. But again, they also introduce the conceptual mechanical space of you interacting with things on the wall. So before we had the spikes, the birds let us know when we go through a space with a bird on it, it jumps up. So it's letting us know, like, as part of the gameplay, you're interacting with the fence obstacles, even though it wasn't doing that hardcore yet. Oh god. So I really like that. Normally in puzzle games, there's not often too much. Oh god. So like, I like that they're time-based. They don't immediately spike up. CD Dragonware says, played the game for a little bit. Here are my thoughts. Really curious to hear what CD Dragonware says. But yeah, I like that the spikes pop up and then go away. They pop up after a second. So like, it allows me to actually, it injects some skill into the game. You know, it's not just puzzle turn-based. Dragonware says, very well designed game. The coins and birds are very good early on to let you know where to go. I think that's great feedback, Dragonware. Let us know if you have any other feedback. But yeah, I'd really agree with you with that feedback. But yeah, the spikes inject some light skill. Because if you're really skilled, you can kind of maneuver them quickly. And so I like that. It's not just turn-based. I like that the spikes come pretty early on because they let you know, oh, there's some skill to this. It's not just strategy. There's some time-based skill. It's like a little bit of an action game mixed with the puzzle component. The spikes add a layer of tension, says CD Dragonware, that helps make it more engaging for sure. It's a welcome addition. Totally agree with you. So far, we totally have the same. We're totally in agreement about the design of the game, I think. And it looks freaking beautiful too. So here, I like this. So this is level 3. So if we mess this up, we got to go back and play the first 2 sections, which I actually like. Madman PS2 says, I like the spikes too. Pretty fun and well-made game. Totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. Both you, Mattman and City Dragonware. So Cran says, there's a game called Kitty. I definitely want to add that to my list. I'll go back to that later. Let me know, anyone, if you got any games you want me to play later on the stream. No ads yet. I'd put more interstitials. That's an interesting point. You can... Whoa, so do I have enough coins for this? Let's try it. Oh, yeah, we got War Pigo. Sweet. I was worried we don't have to restart the level, but we don't have to. Yeah, so they don't have too many ads, which is great for players. Like, not very many ads, just these little ones at the bottom. But you can buy coins in the game to for the more expensive skins and stuff. Okay, so I like this challenge because if I go up or to the right, either way, the spikes are gonna kill me. So this is like teaching me I have to make a quick fidgety move in order to avoid the spikes. So I like that it's kind of introducing me to that mechanic more directly. CD Dragonware, overall, my only real critique is the lack of a reward for beating levels and less moves. Okay, interesting point, Dragonware. Unless there's actually a feature that I just didn't pick up on, of course. So CD Dragonware, that's a great point. I think that's an interesting debate to have. Madman PS2 says, oh, it pushes you back to 4.1 if you die in 4.3. Incentivizes rewarded video ads. Oh, so that's how they do the video ads. That is very smart, because you could tell if people on the 3rd level, they might not want to play the first 2 again. So if you get a video ad to avoid that, totally makes sense. Thank you for pointing that out, Matt, That totally makes sense. I think that's a great monetization feature, a great ad use of ads. But CD Dragonware, just wait till you get on until level 4. It gets really fun. Okay, I'm super excited for level 4 then. But I think CD Dragonware made an excellent point about the design of this game. Most games like this, they reward you or punish you based on how few moves you use. And so for a game like this, that totally makes sense as a complementary mechanic. So if you beat it in fewer moves, you get like more rewards and stuff like that. I personally thought, so I'm kind of on the fence about this. I'm really curious what the developer thinks about this as well. So at the beginning, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I wish like it was rewarding me for doing it in as few moves as possible because I feel like I'm using my strategic mindset. But I was thinking, well, if they did do that, I feel like it would punish me a little bit because sometimes I play these games where you do it as few moves as possible, and if I don't do it perfectly, I feel kind of negative, like I didn't get the full big win experience. And so by not having that feature, they make it more positive if you win. But again, yeah, less reward if you're extra smart. So that's a very good point. But think about these spikes, like with these action kind of mechanics, it might be too punishing. Let me add Roblox. Good point, Sakran. It might be too punishing to incentivize players to minimize moves with these action mechanics like spikes. And again, I'm not sure, maybe that's not true, but if they keep going this direction of action kind of puzzle mechanics, it might be, I can imagine levels where it's better to do it in more moves than fewer moves or something like that, for example, based on your reflexes or whatever. And so in that case, that would set the reward of doing it as few moves as possible in contrast with the reward of quickly solving it, even if it takes more moves. So I think that there's a good debate to be had of whether the game should be rewarding you based on how few moves you do it or not. I see both sides a little bit. I think I lean towards the way it's designed right now, but I have no idea. I think this is a really interesting debate about the design of this game, and that's a great point to raise, Dragonware, though. Thank you so much for bringing that up. So I'm going to go quickly, so I make 2 quick moves and avoid the spikes. I'm going to do that here too. I feel really smart. I feel like the game is constantly making me feel smart because I'm like, oh, I like did that. And I think that choice made it easier. I could have done other things. I could have gone up and then gone back around. I feel like, I don't know. My hunch is telling me that that was the best way to kind of solve that part of the puzzle. Not counting moves keeps it more casual, says Mattman. Could add a par, kind of like that Color Glide game that you made. That is totally a good point. Not counting moves keeps it a little more casual because it doesn't really punish you as much. So like the players feel more rewarded, and especially players that can't think in terms of, at the beginning they may not be very good at solving as few moves as possible, so it does make it more casual. C Dragonware says, to be fair, not having less moves as a reward definitely makes it more unique. That's a really good point as well. So yeah, I love having these streams where we play these games because all these indie mobile game devs can like have these really nuanced discussions about the intricacies of games like this, and that's great for feedback for the developer. And so I just think that's really awesome. Thank you guys so much for giving that amazing feedback. So in this section, we got nothing to worry about, so that's good. We got these birds here, so nothing to worry about still. Okay, we got these spikes here. So is Dev here? They said that they would be here. I'm not positive that they're here. I have the Facebook chat open, but I'm not exactly sure if it's working. So if you're in the Facebook chat, I might not be able to see it. Come check us out on the Twitch. I think maybe they'll be coming by later. The game, I told them like, hey, I'm streaming your game Farbreak today. I'm so excited. If you can't come, I understand because their game literally released today, and I'm sure they're like doing a ton of stuff to promote it and all this other stuff. So they might not be here, but maybe they are. If you are here, say hello, or say hello whenever you come here. Okay, so I like that we started off forced with this spike mechanic, and now we get to interact with it again at the end of the level. So I'm gonna do this. So that was kind of risky. And I'm gonna do this, and so I know this tile is safe. I'm gonna hang out here for a second, and we're gonna do that again. I wonder if there's like more advanced spikes and stuff like that. I'm really curious to see where the mechanics go. I'm trying to avoid the sections with the spikes. Fair. Hello everyone. I'm Fair, indie developer in Korea. Good to see you all. Thank you so much, Fair, for coming to our chat from Korea. It must be like pretty late there. Thank you so much for coming to the stream. I don't think you're the developer of Farmbreak, right? I know that there's a team of them, and I thought they were. I can't remember where they're from, but I don't think that they're from Korea. And Fair, if you got a game you want us to play, I would love to add it to our list of games to play on the stream. Or we can play it on another stream if you're working on it still. Okay, level 4. We got a lot of spikes here. Tibasoft says, hi all. What's up, Tibasoft? Thank you for coming back to the stream. I remember you from previous. As I said, I'm letting everyone know. Feel free to suggest your game. These are the games I've got. Maybe yours is already on the list if you're watching us, anybody. I would love to see like a spike level where you're just constantly having to swipe, I think. I'm really curious where this mechanic goes. Okay. So I can't get that tile yet. I like that there's sections of the level that are difficult with the spikes, and then there's other sections that are more chill. Mattman says, still mechanics being locked at level 7. Well made. Awesome. I love that there's still mechanics being introduced as you're playing the game. I'm glad you made it that far. That's awesome. Again, this is a game that like I legitimately would be I will play and be addicted to in my real life, not just for the stream. Like this is like my kind of game. This kind of I love puzzle games mixed with action. Let me pull up my game real fast. This is my game Emoji Pop. And it's a bubble shooter, and so it's a puzzle game, very different than Farmbreak, obviously. But I'm also including advanced obstacles that involve timing and physics and more skill-based things. So, as I said, like this is the kind of game I like to play. This is the kind of game I like to make for mobile. So I'm really digging this Farmbreak so far. What's up, Sakran? I did add Roblox. Dragonware says, a spike level where you constantly have to swipe. Oh boy, just wait till the next section. Yes! Let's go! Oh, frick. I messed up. Okay, we're good. Okay, next section. Okay, oh man. There's a lot of spikes here and a lot of open space. So as I said, the open spaces scare me because I think they're a lot harder to kind of navigate and to know how to get across them, you know? Okay, so we have a choice. We can either go up, left, or right. I think I'm gonna go. So the coins kind of suggested me to go up. I was gonna go left, but now I'm thinking I should go up first. Sweet. That makes me feel really smart. Like spike after spike there. I'm gonna go right. The coins and the bird kind of encourage me to go that direction. I could go up. I love the choices. If I go up, I feel like I'm kind of stuck with these spikes. I'm gonna go down and to the left, and so I have a safe spot. And let's take care of this random spot there. Okay, so I'm gonna go, oh man, right up, I guess. I'm gonna let the spikes go by. Okay. Madman says, don't like how I can't see how many coins I have when prompted to buy a skin. Finish level 7, back to work. Cool. I'll lurk. Thank you, Madman, for lurking. Thank you so much for that awesome feedback. I agree with you. So if you open the shop, if you have enough coins for a new skin, the skin will just be up in your face, and it won't let you know how many coins you have. It'll just say 200 coins you want to buy, but it doesn't tell you how many coins you have. So that's a very good point, that it would be cool if you could see how many coins you have so you can decide whether or not you want the skin. I noticed that too. That's an excellent point, Matt, man. That's like the only critique I have of anything so far is that slight UI thing as well. Oh wait, it wasn't this one that killed me a lot. It was the next one, 4-3. Okay, cool. I'm excited for that. Again, I love that there's sections, because if it was just level after level, that's cool, but they're able to build like a more interesting like mechanical space by going section to section, because the sections build on each other, and I think that makes like the kind of puzzles more interesting, like seeing how it evolves and how it gets harder, and then it gives you like after you beat the third section, it's way more satisfying than if you just beat a level, you know. So that was really smart of them, I think, to make their levels into sections. That's really interesting to me. I haven't played games like this, but I haven't really seen that kind of section-based approach often. So I thought that was super smart. I think this is such a well thought out game. I'm gonna go down and left. Oh no! Went the wrong way! Oh my god! Oh no! Ah! Okay, so I'm playing with the mouse, so it's a little difficult. Normally you would be playing with your touch screen. I'm just gonna go through this again really fast so I can get back there. I love that you can, if you think you're really good, you can go really fast. I like that. Just gonna quickly get back to where I was. Okay, let's do this. But if you go too fast, you might end up hitting those spikes. Oh god! I'm gonna use my coins to revive. Screw it. Sweet. This is intense. I like it. Okay, cool. 4-3. Let's do it. Okay. Oh my god, let's go. Huge open space. I like that the coins don't really indicate anything to you. It's kind of on you to figure out how to go through this now. Okay, I'm gonna go right, up, left. I almost messed up. I like that the spikes give you a second. You know, they're friendly, but they're punishing, but not too punishing. Gonna go down. Oh, this is difficult. Go across. Boom, 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 boom. I like that. I feel like a skilled player would just be able to go do, you know? Oh god, oh god, oh god. Trying to get out of danger. Sometimes you can't like think ahead too far. You literally have to just kind of go with by the seat of your pants, you know? This is really cool. Have fun, LOL, says CD Dragonware. It is fun. I'm like, that last section I was like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. I'm just like literally, oh no! I'm gonna watch an ad. And so each section, the coins that you have to spend in order to replay without going back goes up. So that seems smart to me too. All of this really makes the coins really incentivizing to get, I think, because they really help you out in terms of progressing through the game, you know? So I think that's really smart. Mattman says, I like their screenshots on Google Play too. Also, is this not on iTunes? They're releasing it initially on Google Play. I'm hoping they go to iTunes eventually, because that's where I play most of my iOS games as well. I'd love to know if the devs out there, or I can ask them later. Interesting, says CD Dragonware, that you can't speedrun technically because you might need to revisit a few spikes in places. It paces you, and I like that. I think that's a great point. As I said, you can kind of just go quickly and go quickly through the level, but because of the spikes, the way they time to go out, says CD Dragonware, you can't just go everything too fast. You have to kind of be strategic, because if you just keep glowing, all the spikes will be lit up, and you're gonna be doomed to hurt yourself, which is what happened to me there. You kind of have to be more. It forces you to be more strategic. Although you can be skill based in little sections. But yeah, maybe it's a good idea to stop at the safety points. Oh god, oh god. Okay, we're good, we're good. So let the spikes go by. It's intense. I'm trying to be a little slower now because of that reason that you said. Oh god, oh god. Oh, we got it. Section 3 defeated. We're going to play for a bit longer just because I'm having so much fun with this. And then we'll move on to our next game, which is this rock, paper, scissors game that another person in our group made. They're known as Arcany on our Discord. Okay, so I'm gonna go up. Okay, I like these safety points here. That there's like sections where it's a little more relaxing. Oh god, look at this. There's obviously one section that's extra difficult here. So we need to go down, left, right, up. So I like that now they're really forcing you to like test your limits with the going through the spikes as they're about to hit. That's really cool. Excellent, man, says Mattman. Says CD Dragonware. Tell you what, though, I have to go now. I'll just let the stream go on in the background so you get the views. Thank you so much, Dragonware. That is very awesome of you to do that. Thank you so much. And again, check out Caffeinated Dragonware, particularly on YouTube. They're on Twitter as well, but on YouTube they make these amazing dev vlogs. I'd love to kind of show them in the future as well. Maybe we'll like kind of react to one eventually. So gonna avoid these spikes. Oh, I made a mistake. It's hard to play with a mouse. It's obviously made for a touchscreen, but I'm playing on an emulator now, and sometimes I make these little mistakes. We're good here. Oh, we got it. But yeah, I'd love to play this game in upcoming streams as well. I'm all about mobile puzzle games. That's what I do. Tibasoft says just download it and play it. It's very good. Thank you for downloading it, Tibasoft. Thank you for supporting these mobile indie devs. I love that we can all do that together. Puzzle with some arcade skills. I totally agree with you. So often on the stream, I talk about the balance that we need to strike between chance and skill in mobile games. And this game, there's some chanciness with the way the obstacles kind of time in and out, you know? So it forces you to really test your like Twitch skills, you know? But there's also a lot of skill in that. But also the skill and just the strategy of knowing how to maneuver the board. So I think this game is just extremely engaging, and it's a moment-to-moment gameplay. And as you said, with the puzzle plus arcade skills, beautiful combination. Mwah. Let me go through level 5, and then we'll go to another game. I would love to come back because I'm honestly addicted to this game already. Oh man, oh man. So there's a difficult section there. Boom. And I like that the last tile you go through, you win. Because there I was about to hit some other spikes. So I like that it stopped when I hit the last tile. I could see some puzzles that kind of require you to understand that knowledge, you know? So I think that's interesting. Let's go next. Okay, what? A new mechanic. Oh, I like that they've introduced some new mechanics at the very end. I think that's interesting, and a cool way to show them off, kind of, and a cool last challenge. Oh god, so we're starting right here. This is hard. This is cool. I like that there's not any spikes, so I can just focus on the rotating thing. So it kind of lets me know what's to come ahead. That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to play one more level, because I want to see how they integrate this mechanic. So they don't start off with it. That's interesting, the buzzsaw thing. Boom, boom, boom. So there's kind of a difficult section here. It lets us... I can see some players going quickly and then hitting these spikes here, but I'm going to be smart about it. Oh god, oh god. So again, it's testing that again here, where you hit the spikes and you're kind of... You want to go back and hit the spikes again, but you decide not to. I like that... that they're really testing that skill in this level. And again, I was thinking about the coins. I like that you can use the coins to buy skins, which players really want to get the new skins. They're really cool looking. But you can also use the coins to not lose progress. And so that's another incentivized reason to use coins. So I think in our games, if your currency, if you can reward players 2 different things or even more that are highly incentivizing, then it forces them to kind of weigh out which reward they want. Do they want to use coins to save progress, or do they want them to use the cosmetics? And that forces them to maybe even want to buy coins. So I think for monetization and for value reasons, that's a great design and use of their currency. Sweet. Okay, next section. I want this buzzsaw. Oh, here we go. Can you imagine what the buzzsaw is going to be with, like, on levels with spikes? Like, oh my god, that's going to be amazing. Boom, boom, boom. I like that the first section kind of taught us about the timing of don't go back right away because you need to give it some time. And that kind of made me more cautious here because I wanted to go right to the left, but I know this thing is still buzzing around. So I feel like the game is training me in all these subtle ways. I'm going to go around the buzzsaw with it. That seems like an interesting strategy. Going to wait for it to pass. Oh god. Oh, I was going to go, but I messed up. Okay, let's wait for it to pass. Boom. Okay, so Cran says there's a game called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Secret 0, 1, 2. I think you're lying to me, Mr. Cran. I don't think that's actually a game title. But if I'm wrong, I'm going to be pretty surprised. Okay. Oh, now we got 2 for the first time. This is intense. Oh, God. Okay, let's go up first. Boom. So again, it's teaching us, okay, best way to deal with these things is to kind of follow them around the block, you know? So we're going to try to follow these ones again. Okay, hold on. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, we got one more. I just don't want to mess this up. Oh, we got it. Sweet. Oh my god, another crazy mechanic. I have to keep playing a little bit longer. So I'm guessing... I wonder, if I hit these sheep, do I die? Oh, whoa. I was trying to imagine the mechanics that they'd introduce going forward, and it shows us to know that, like, I have no idea what's to come with these mechanics. I like that the birds keep hopping. So again, the birds really enforce the mechanics in these interesting ways. And I know I'm focusing on the birds too much because they don't really matter, but, like, that shows, like, how deep they went into the design and really thought this through. Like, such a good touch that reinforces the mechanics, you know, and indicates. So what if I go like this? Will it pick me up again? No. So I have to kind of go into it. Cool, and I can kind of get around them too. I can see this creating all kinds of cool puzzles. Okay, so I can go from them from behind as well. And so that's how you get... That's the only way to kind of get these certain tiles. So I like that. Oh man, this is such a great puzzle game. Oh, I can't stop playing. Okay, gonna follow this. Oh, frick. Okay, I died. I'm super excited to keep playing this. Thank you so much. Hold on. What's this person's name? So this is our mobile game dev group that we started on Facebook. We got 133 members so far. I think it's awesome. We're gonna be at 200 before we know it. And we got all these amazing indie mobile game devs that share their games and give each other feedback. And so Vincius Lima is the co-founder of Studio 85 that made this game. They are. I try not to assume or whatever. They are a member of our group. Whoever they are, I don't know them, but they are. All I do know about them is they are a crazy great game developer. There's these portals that get introduced eventually. I'm so excited for that. I love the idea that all these mechanics are gonna kind of conflict with one another. I really love this game. I think, is this the Brazil flag? I think they're from South America. See, already someone's asking to join our mobile game dev group. We're exploding, guys, so everyone needs to join our mobile game dev group. It's called Mobile Game Dev. Again, if you go to my Twitter, which is if you're on Twitch, it's below the Twitter link, and you can find the link in my profile to join this group. We also have a Discord that serves as a great alternative to this. But yeah, thank you so much to Vincius for showing off this game, being a part of the community. I love your game so much. I'm very, very impressed, and I'm excited to keep learning from you and your game. So with that being said, let's go to the next game on our docket, and it is this rock, paper, scissors game. So I'm going to post this link in the Twitch chat so that you can play it as well. And it's a take. I barely started playing because I wanted to react to it fresh on the stream. But it is a upcoming mobile game that's in development, and it's an interesting take on rock, paper, scissors. Which language do you think I should pick? I'm gonna go with this one since that's the only one that I can understand. What will you pick to be? Okay, so this is the tutorial. And so what's up, Kessels? Welcome back. So I've been talking to the developer of this game. They go by Arcany in our group. One sec. I think they shared their game in our Discord. So yeah, it's a strategic rock, paper, scissors game. And we're planning on working with them. Oh wait, it's not Arcany, it's Fairer. Oh, Fairer, you're the one that made this game. What's up? I'm sorry, I get all these people confused. Hey, Emoji, you're invited to iOS version. You need to install the game. Okay, you're invited to iOS version. Okay, so before I say anything else, so many people, so many games I've been playing. It's so hard to keep them straight in my head, How do I get to the iOS version of the game again? Did you send me something? I forget exactly. Oh, let me look at our chat. But everyone can play that link to play it for themselves. Test flights. So I'm guessing I must have given you my email and you sent me the test flight link, right? You need to install test flight app. I know I had it at one point. I'm not sure if I uninstalled it. Let me get that. Cool. Okay, cool. Alpha test is live now. Web is a tutorial. So everyone watching our stream can go to this link to play the tutorial of the game. And I'm special, so I get to play, the iOS version, What can I say? Continue. Ferris says, you can get the game if you want. Please send me your email. So join our community or in the chat, give them your email, and they can hook you up with early access to this amazing game. So, did you send me a test flight invitation code? Mattman says, just playing on a website for now. So, Fairer, I'm curious, do I have a test flight code that you sent me? And yeah, so we've been talking about having a weekly tournament, which I love the idea of that. You can check your email. Oh, that's right. I'm so excited to play this. Oh, I forgot. Hold on. I'm going to my email. While I'm doing this, I'm going to tell y'all, while I'm opening my email so that I can pull it up, I want to tell y'all about this dream I had last night really quickly so that I'm talking about something while I'm doing this. I had a dream, and I had a dream that I woke up from a dream, even though I was still dreaming, and I found it. View in test flight. Oh, you don't need to resend it because I got it. View in test flight. Accept. Install. Sweet. Okay. I'm gonna mirror this so that you can see it on my screen. Cool. Also, I want to make sure before I forget. I want to give for Google Play Game Center. Sweet. Okay. Thanks for the patience. Thank you for the patience. This is something I should have figured out beforehand. Yeah, got it. Yeah, no worries at all. This is totally chill. It's better to play the web tutorial first. Cool, let's go through that then. So this is the web tutorial, and I actually did start playing this before. So this is kind of just a tutorial, and it makes sure you understand the fundamentals of rock, paper, scissors, and it teaches you the controls. So you have to decide which rock, paper, scissors that will beat the hand that they show. So obviously, if you've played rock, paper, scissors, you know how to do that. But you have to hit the hand to change it. These are your friends from now. Shall we compete properly now? Continue. And so again, this game is in development. So pick. So we get to decide which one we want. I'm thinking the devil's gonna want scissors, so I'm picking rock. Frick. The devil outsmarted me. Okay, let's try again. Pick. Okay, I still think they're gonna go with scissors. Oh, do they always go with paper? So I have to know. We need another way. Continue. Let's try to cheat. Fake. So if we hit fake, we see they're gonna go with hand. Wait a second. Real. Oh, this is cool. So if I pick hand, I know they're gonna pick paper. So I need to pick scissors. So this front one's my fake one. This back one is my real one. I'm gonna hit confirm. So they can see my hand, and I outsmarted them with that fake one. Does that make sense? So with the fake, if I show hand, I know they're gonna pick scissors because I guess they can see what I'm gonna do. So slyly in the background, I pick scissors. So you have to really you have to really be able to think through the rock, paper, scissors combinations in order to win. So I think that's interesting. Confirm. Kessel says, nice game. Sweet. Okay, I got the mechanics now. That's interesting. I'm curious to see how this evolves. Opponent life point. You can take life points from opponent if you won. Continue. Great. This colored number is attack point of this friend. So this is 3 attack. So this is my fake one. So I'm going to fake rock and go with scissors. Confirm. I outsmarted them. Oh, wait, they picked rock. You lost LP. Let's just restore it. So I'm going to fake paper instead, which means they'll pick scissors, which means I should pick rock. And that succeeded, and I defeated them. Your LP is restored. Continue. Okay. This colored number is health points of this friend. So this has 6 health points. Let's learn how HP works. Continue. I'm gonna fake rock, which means if they see this as rock, that means they would pick paper, which means I should pick scissors. Confirm. We tied. When the result is even, HP is important. Okay, interesting. In this case, they attack each other. Okay. So even though we tied, they attack each other, and their HP, which is the red, decreases, but based on their attack. Use AP to decrease opponent's HP. You can't attack if opponent's HP is 0 or more. I like how direct the tutorial is so far. I think this is a good tutorial. It's a little complex, the gameplay, just understanding how things work, and I think you're doing a good job so far. What will happen if my AP is higher? So in this case, I have a way higher attack, and that would allow me to, even though we tied, my higher attack means that I destroyed that lower HP hand, or scissors, and then with the remainder, I attacked the emoji. You can attack by remaining AP. Congratulations, you've learned the basic rules. Cool. I dig it. So now should I go to the app version, Ferrer? Okay. Let's go to iOS. So this is my iOS mirrored phone. I'm gonna play as a guest for you can fight with me. Okay, so let me log in with Google then. Just give me a second to log in. I'm gonna use that same email address. Okay, I like that you're pursuing like a competitive game. Oh, real multiplayer in Batman PS2. I like that. So Ferrer was talking about us doing like a weekly tournament and stuff, even and stuff like that too. So yeah, like I like that they're like embracing multiplayer like that. That seems really interesting. Okay, and so they said you can fight with me. Ferrer says you can play it now. So should I do match or tournament? Please tell me your email. So it's the same email that I sent you before, dwoodburdev. I think you posted it also in this chat. It's the same one. And let me know if you have any more questions for me about that. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did message it to me. So it's that same one. I'm really curious about this. And like it seems like it's gonna be like a live experience that you can keep building up, and then also play other people with your built-up stats and stuff. Like this is really interesting to me. So let me know whenever you want me to do something. There's a leaderboard. Oh, there's like a message board on here too. That's cool. So I like that this is building a community. So I always am talking about building long-term value and finding ways to integrate your game into players' lives and building a community. I think these are how we stand out and make successful mobile games. And so I love that you're embracing this community competitive-based game. I think this is really smart so far. So I'm guessing we're going to play a tournament or something, right? Come on, coward. But yeah, Fair, let me know if there's anything I should do or whatever. I gave you my email address, so I'm guessing we're going to play each other. Which will be interesting considering you can see my screen, I guess. But I guess you would look away. I'm gonna put my email address again in the chat just in case you don't have it or something. Okay, I'm waiting for match with you. I'm on. So should I hit match then? Or should I hit match or tournament? I'm guessing I should hit match then, right? I'm gonna hit match. So it says select reinforce first. So I'm gonna reinforce this one. Okay, I can only pick one to reinforce. That's interesting. I'm gonna hit match. Searching match. Searching match. Oh, sweet. This is fairer. So we're playing in real multiplayer time. Start soon. Ready. I like that you can talk to each other. Okay, this is so cool. So this is my fake, and that's their fake. This is so interesting. Oh my god. So I'm trying to figure out what I should fake and what I should actually pick. They have more attack points than me. Confirm. I just outsmarted you. Let's go. So now there's these dice spinning. And so that kind of determines our attack points and health points. What if I beat the developer in my first try? Come on, we gotta do this. That's really cool, interesting. I like the dice make some randomness with the attacks and stuff to make it more fair. Okay. Thanos is Poland dog? Yeah, I guess that's Thanos. I'm literally kicking Thanos' butt in their own game right now. Let's go. So I'm gonna confirm. And so we have dice too. I'm still figuring out how that works exactly. Okay, so they beat me there. I have 1 die, they have 6. Oh man, I'm about to get walloped. So I have, it's interesting. So this is like a long-term thing. So you see I have 1,000 health points, they have 2,000. So it's kind of like chess, where like you have like a rating, and by playing you earn or lose ratings, you know, but you don't like go all the way down to 0, you know? Okay, final round. This is so interesting. So if you pick the same item, you get extra dice. So you're kind of, it's like that Prisoner's Dilemma thing a little bit, where you want to pick. Okay, so they have more attack points than me. I have less HP than them. So we didn't get to hurt each other in that last round. Match results. Draw. Interesting. Good, says Fair. That is really fascinating. I'm in love with this game and this concept. I want to learn more about like how exactly the dice work and stuff like that. But I think this is super compelling and very original. And it's tied into like rock, paper, scissors, which is something that we can all relate with. You know, it's a game that we all played growing up and we still play to this day based on things. There are a few more rules, says Fair. Opponent requested match. I will rematch. So like I like the it's like that chess thing where like it's not like, oh, you win and they lose and that's it. It's like you have this constant like status with your health points that you're trying to climb the ranks with, you know? I think that's super interesting. You can see it at lobby. Okay, I see. We're in a game, so I'll keep going. So we start off 6-4 they have. So if you pick first, you get extra dice as well. Interesting. And if you pick the same hand, you get extra dice as well, I'm pretty sure. And so we tied, so I get all these extra dice, and it looks like I'm about to kick Fair's butt here. Oh, 2 points. 2 points off your health points, buddy. Damn, says Fair. So you're incentivized to pick first, but maybe that's not just good for you. My rock. Oh, so I crushed their rock. So does that mean they can't play rock anymore? Oh, wow. So rock is canceled out for them. So now they can only do scissors or paper. And I'm trying to... So they get extra dice for going first. They can only do scissors or paper. Oh, let's go. I picked rock. So that made me know, if they can't play rock, then I'm certain ones that I play are like totally safe. Oh, another 6 points. I'm kicking this developer's butt. Let's go. I'm making him humble. I love that you can chat. Okay, so match results. I got a win. My first win. If you hit share, it says, "Come on, coward." You beat me. Great. Fair. This is really incredible. And so by playing, you gain experience. And I think you can kind of like level up your hands and stuff. And when there's a lot of people playing, you're probably matched with people around your skill level. So I am in love with this game so far. I want to go back to the lobby to see what you were saying. I'm gonna exit out. I'm gonna hit finish. Okay. So I got 2 coins for winning. Confirm. Okay. And so like before you play, like you can reinforce one of your hands. One of your hands has like an advantage. So there's all this strategy and knowing like, their rock is like enhanced, so they're gonna pick rock, but maybe they won't pick rock to trick me, stuff like that. Top right. I think you mean top left. So attack and health points, pay attention. So I get that. The yellow is attack and the red is HP. So that's how I was able to crush one of their hands. Competitive rock, paper, scissors, says Madman. Never thought I'd see the day. The day has arrived. And actually there is a competitive rock, paper, scissors. Fair messaged me there's like a world rock, paper, scissors like community. And except they play boring rock, paper, scissors, like who cares about that? Fair says it's alpha test now. But this, I think, takes rock, paper, scissors to like freaking the next level. This is insane. You can become like a professional rock, paper, scissors like player. You can participate for tournament. Okay, right, and there's tournaments. That's something I haven't checked out yet. I'm really curious about that. But yeah, like they send me like the World Rock, Paper, Scissors like group, and there's like a lot of people invested in the Rock, Paper, Scissors competitively. Not this game. So I think that's awesome. Like as game developers, that's another thing we can like tap into. Like what exists in the regular world that in terms of games or whatever it is that we can all kind of connect with. You should totally follow their Discord that they just posted in Twitch. I really recommend you follow so we can all play together and follow their progress. But yeah, they've tapped into something that is a universal thing, and I think that's a smart way to make a game that can be successful and that relates to a lot of people, So and you can like tap into like the hardcore professional rock, paper, scissors players and show them like this way better game, so that they can play and get invested too. Okay, let me look at this tutorial. So get the attack and HP. You can get dice buff when you pick reinforced. So when you pick your reinforced, everyone has one we will open competition next week, says Fair. Sweet, I'm so excited for that. So next week, maybe on this like stream, I don't know, or whenever it works out, like it'd be so fun if we could all play together, or whenever this works out, You can get dice buff when you pick the reinforced. So one of your hands is reinforced. If you pick it, you get extra dice, and it shows that by the green arrow. You get dice buff when you pick first. So if you lay down your hand first, you get extra points, extra dice. I like the dice kind of make it chancy. So again, skill versus chance. It's good to have a balance. You can be really skilled, but if you don't get lucky, you don't do too well. So I like that it kind of creates like it makes it a replayable experience because you always feel like next time, like, oh, maybe I'll be better with my skill, but also I can just get lucky with the dice and do really well next time. You can attack at first when you confirm at first, and same pick with opponent pick. Give damage to opponent's HP by attack. Okay, I get that. You can eliminate opponent pick when make opponent's picks HP under 0. So if you crush their hand, their health, then you get to attack their their like health points, their overall health or whatever. And yeah, you can. I loved that I could knock out their hand. That made me feel really awesome because I felt like I had this awesome advantage over them, and that was such a big win for me. That felt like amazing. You can get dice buff when you pick same rail and fake. So I noticed that if you fake something, but you pick the same one, you get this extra dice buff, which deals more damage. And so the other player's gonna be like, oh, like maybe they're faking, or maybe they're not faking. Like you're gonna think they're gonna not want to fake, so I'm gonna fake in order to beat their non-fake. It's like this crazy mind game. It's like the rock paper scissors syndrome where you're trying to guess what your opponent's doing, but the possibility space is way huger. This is so cool. You can get attack bonus by picking the same pick. So by doing the same one over and over again, you get more points. So the other player's going to be like, oh, I bet they're going to try to do the same one twice in order to get more advantage. And so that leads them to pick a certain thing in order to thwart that. But then maybe you could trick them. So it's this insane mind game. So now it's all making more sense to me. You can get attack and HP points by winning streak. So by going on a winning streak, you kind of buff everything up. That's super interesting. You get rage points when you lose pick, even though you pick the same pick. When you lose pick, even though you pick the same pick. You get rage points when you lose pick if they're the same. Okay, interesting. Rage points. I'm not exactly sure what that does. Here it is. You can use rage if you gather 3 rage points. So if you get 3 rage points by picking the same one, then you get this huge advantage which comes with 6 dice. Wow, super, super interesting. I'm so excited about this idea of a tournament too. For the tournament, does everyone start off at equal ground, or is everyone's like buffs and everything still coming to play? There's not a tournament now, I don't think, so I won't do that. Oops. Fantastic review. Great, thanks. Sweet. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to do before I go to the next game, but thank you for allowing me to play that. And I'm so excited to get everyone invested in this game so that we can all play together. I think this is what I'm looking for on the stream, this is gonna be an awesome group activity for all of us to do. And I think this game is simply incredible. Fantastic review. Great, thanks, is fair. No problem. Thank you for giving us great content for the stream and this amazing game to talk about. I'm so impressed by it, and I really believe in your product. I'm really excited to see where you take it and how far it goes. This is so unique, and I think it has great long-term value in terms of you ranking up and the competitiveness of it and the community aspect of it. I think you hit it out of the park. Frankly, I think this is going to be the next big game. This has so much potential. So excited by this. And again, I'm just gonna link the tutorial. If you want early access to the game, just drop your email address in this Twitch chat or join our Discord, which you can find on my Twitter. And drop your email address in our game development channel, and Farrah could hook you up with early access to the game. And again, I'm so excited. We should totally do a tournament sometime. I'm so excited about this. So I'm going to move on. Farrah Corp. Good company name, Farrah. So awesome. I can't stop talking about how much I love it, even though I'm saying the same thing over and over again. I'm just going to drop the link again in the Twitch chat just in case anyone... Oh, you can join their Discord. That's a way better way to do it. Join their Discord. I'm going to share the Discord to I'm going to comment it in the other places that I'm streaming to. It's the 3rd most recent chat that they made. Join their Discord and send them your email address, and they'll hook you up with access to this game. But I really recommend you join their Discord because I think you need to play this game, and I think there's a ton we can learn from it. I'm going to move on. Let me know if there's anything else you want to say, Farrah. I'm going to move on to the next game. Great start to the stream. 2 incredible games that I will play in my real life. I guarantee it. So we got this game called 2 Minutes in Space. The developers said they were going to join us. I'm not sure if they're here or not, but I wanted to play this game because I really like space shooter kind of games. So I wanted to play this, and they're in our community. So 2 Minutes in Space. Paul and Dogs is interesting one. Totally agree. I think you should totally play it. Join their Discord. I'd love to know, like, if people in the stream could, like, play the game a good amount. I'd love to know, like, what they think of it after time. Your Monday stream is going strong, Matt, says Mattman. Thank you so much. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, it really is. And I'm excited to keep building it up more and more each week. I'm getting more confident when I'm doing each week, too. Oh, man. All right, so this is 2 minutes in space. Let me look at it on the App Store. Two minutes in space survival. So it's called 2 minutes in space survival. I'm giving it 5 stars. If you want to play this game, they are a member of our community. I'm sure they'd really appreciate it. And let's play it. Looks like they did a Halloween update, so this is like a live game. That's cool. I have no idea how to play this, so we're just going to jump in, tap to start. Touch left or right side of the screen to turn your spaceship. Choose joystick for left, right, up, down control. So there's alternate controls or touchscreen that will turn your ship the direction of your finger. Collect gold pieces and power-ups on your way. Avoid missiles and asteroids. Try to force missiles to collide with each other. Okay, so there's missiles that are following us, and we need to try to get them to collide with each other. Okay, or hit asteroids. If your ship has been damaged, get repair kits. Okay. So there's like multiple ways to play, it seems like. Oh god. Oh, wow. What a lame first attempt. I lasted 7 seconds. So it's called 2 minutes in space. I'm guessing I'm trying to get to 2 minutes. I think that one thing I love is when developers give you a really clear, immediate goal. So I was talking to Mattman about this last week. One reason I think Battle Royales and IO games on mobile are so successful, one of the reasons, is they give you a very clear, really incentivizing goal. Mattman says, I lasted 7 seconds, Dylan 2020. Oh man, someone's gonna like clip that, aren't they? That's really funny, Mattman. I like that in IO games or in Battle Royale games, the Fall Guys, whatever it is, there's a very clear and really incentivizing goal. So that goal is like to win. So when you play Agar.io, which is that game where you go around and there's other people in the game, you might do really well and maybe get third place or something like that. The gameplay might be fun, but what really gets you to keep playing is the fact that you want to win. So in Fall Guys, gameplay really fun. The thing that gets you to keep playing in the beginning while you're getting invested, because at the beginning you need to really invest your players, you need to hook them onto something. And so I love games that use like the title to build that goal in the player's head. So a great example of that is 2048, which came out in it was a Threes clone that came out I think in 2013, 2014, around there. And by calling it 2048, even though it's just a gameplay system with no long-term value at all, it's just a very simple gameplay system, 2048. But what they did is name it 2048, which made players want to get that goal of 2048, and it became like a social event because everyone was trying to get 2048 before their friends and share it on social media. So they didn't have to put any extra design into the game for it. They didn't have to spend any resources on it. They literally just named the game 2048, and that created this really compelling initial goal. Same, kind of similarly to how IO kind of games do it. And so this game is called 2 Minutes in Space Survival. And so already I'm like, okay, I want to last till 2 minutes. It's giving me this initial hook, this initial goal to achieve, which is essential for investment. So let's keep playing. I'm definitely going to try again because that was not good. Oh, God. Oh, no. Okay, I suck. I'm trying to not say what I said before. I want to try again. I'm trying to figure out what controls I like too. Oops. So this is the left or right controls. Okay. So I'm hitting these. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, man. That was tight. Oh. So it's a pretty difficult skill to avoid these missiles. Mattman says, I bet joystick is best. Suddenly ship launched. Time until arrival. Oh, supply ship launched. Open. So every once in a while I get these supplies ships. So this one gives me a speed boost. Tap to continue. I agree. I'm going to try the joystick. Okay, here it is. I'm not sure which one's the joystick. This looks like a joystick. Oh, this is just like using my finger. Okay, I'm gonna try joystick next time. So I see where the missiles are coming with the indicators. I think it's a really engaging skill to try to avoid these missiles. It's something that I could see myself getting better at over time. Okay, it did a little damage to me there. That's interesting. I have a speed boost that I can always use to avoid the missiles. Oh my god. Oh, see that? You see how good I am at this game, guys? Okay, so I see some health points over here. I'm going to try to get there. Because my ship, I think, is a lot slower because I'm damaged. Oh my god. So I can see myself playing it over and over again to get that 2-minute mark. I think that's a really smart thing to do for that reason. Okay, let me try the joystick. Okay, I like this. I think it makes sense that they start off with the side-to-side controls because I think those are the easiest to understand, maybe, and maybe especially for casual gamers that aren't good at working with this joystick. It's more touch native. But yeah, I personally am enjoying this joystick more. I'm just gonna keep going in a circle. Oh my god. Oh, did you see that? Okay, I think this is a blue like health kit over here, so I'm gonna try to get there. This reminds me of like those flight sim games where I'm trying to avoid the missiles that they're shooting at me. Oh, this is a gold piece. Okay, that's cool. So I like that there's like extra objectives, kind of. Oh man, I like that I can kind of play riskier and try to get these like collectible items while I'm playing and not just avoid the missiles. I'm gonna play another couple times. Again, this goal of getting to 2 minutes, so smart on the developer's part, I think. Okay, I'm gonna go for the blue arrows again. Oh my god, oh my god, no! I like that it can damage to you if it hits from behind, but if it hits you directly on, like in the front, then it destroys you. Let's play one more time. I really dig this game, and as I said, I think in terms of long-term value, so far, I think the 2 minutes is good for short-term value to get players initially hooked. And I know that there's extra spaceships you can unlock and all this stuff. Okay, that one wasn't so good. Okay, so there's a leaderboard. I'm not sure if it's working. So let's see. There's a space shuttle. So there's more space shuttles. So this is great for long-term value. This is what I was looking for. By earning these gold points in the game, so this is giving you a huge incentive to go after these gold particles when you're playing. Even though it can kind of hurt you in the short term, you're building up your spaceship, which gives you this gives you lasers, and it improves your stats. This one has guns on it. Whoa, an escape pod. So like you're unlocking new mechanics. The unlockables, the long-term value is directly impacting the gameplay, and I think that this is a great endless game to keep playing. At first, I thought this was just going to be like a little arcade game, but this is a really engaging, incentivizing, long-term mobile game experience. This is a great game, I think. And I'm a huge fan of those kind of space games. I like flight simulators. This kind of seems like a 2D. I like the gameplay of like trying to like do all these loops in order to avoid missiles when I play like Ace Combat or whatever. So I kind of dig this experience on mobile, you know? What's the last one? Horizon. Laser turrets, shields, everything else. This one costs 50,000 gold. So it seems like there's a lot of reason to invest in the game, which I like. There's different planets, so you can also unlock new worlds. This is awesome. I could see the same one being boring after a while. There's a gravity field. There's the fleet. There's a nebula. I like the asteroid belt. I'm sure is really cool. So I would really want to get coins, get my gold particles so that I could unlock this asteroid belt. This seems really cool. So yeah, really digging this game. Let me make sure no one is messaging us. Your pending post was declined. So this is why I don't like the indie game dev groups. So this is a stream about analyzing the designs of these games, and anything analyzing the design of these games, I keep getting refuted in some of these game dev groups, especially this one in particular is extra bad. So that's why we started a mobile game dev group, because I think mobile games get kind of slighted a little bit when when facing off against these console PC games. Too many rules, says Mattman, LOL. I had this long argument with this guy who was modding one of these groups, because they said, "Oh, your game is not about design; it's about reviewing the product." But I was like, "I'm trying to extract design lessons from these games. Like, how else do people talk about game design and learn game design? You know, way too many rules." I see popular posts get their comments shut off, so that's why we started this group called Mobile Game Dev. Facebook.com/group/mobile indie. Message me and I can send you a link too. It's on my Twitter profile. So if this stream that is all about analyzing these games, giving feedback, if that's not allowed in these indie game developers groups, then who cares about those indie game developers groups? You know, like, that's stupid. So just wanted to say that when that popped up. Sweet. Okay. Oh, did I close? Here it is. So yeah, I love this game. Thank you to the member of our community. Who was it that shared this game with me? I'm not sure if they're in the chat. I think they said they were, but maybe they couldn't make it. Lexa Johnson in our group shared this game. I think they're part of the development team or something. I don't know if they created it by themselves. If they did, that is insanely impressive. But great game. Credits. Rare Pixels. So this is the studio. Idea, art, programmer, Antonia. Marketing, Julia. Cool. Alright. So big shout out to them for being part of our community. Great game. Really dig it. Let's go on to the next game. But yeah, I really recommend you play this. Here's the page again if you want to try it out. I think it's a great long-term mobile gaming experience. Okay, so what do we have next on our list of games to play? Did I give it 5 stars? Yes, I did. It's got a lot of great reviews. So we got a game called Dodgy Walls. Oh, wait. Oh, this person that I was talking to made Dodgy Walls, not 2 Minutes in Space. Cool. So we're playing Lexa's game, who's a member of our community now. And they made a game called Dodgy Walls. So let's play that. I'm going to look it up first in the App Store. Oh, wait. Actually, I think it's only on Google Play. Let me just make sure. Yeah, only on Google Play. So I'm going to open up my emulator. My games. Dodgy Walls. So this is a game that I thought had a compelling mechanic that I think we could discuss and give feedback for. So most games that we play on here, it's all about giving feedback, you know, helping the developer out and learning from the designs of these games and imagining how we can improve them, etc. So I want to play this game, see what we can learn from it. Madman says, I'd recommend they add some sort of zoning to that space game. What do you mean by zoning? Also interesting that the game is 2 years old and they're still supporting promoting it. Very good point. They just released this Halloween update, so I think that is a really interesting point. I'm curious what you mean by zoning. This is a game called Dodgy Walls. So I just played a couple times. The way it works is let's see what's in the shop. So you can improve your skins. They got these like crazy skins. Spider Square. And so the way it works is you play, and you tap the screen, and this is on Google Play. It's called Dodgy Walls, DOGYWALLS, 2 words. I'm gonna put it in the chat just in case. Mammon says zoning can be simple as a progress bar at the top or play next environment. Yeah, that's interesting. So the way the level progression works is you collect these gold particles, and then you can choose to unlock them. But I agree that it should surface that more in your face, you know, to show you like how close you are to unlocking the next thing, or show you got something unlocked or whatever it is. But I think they do have zoning in the sense that you have to collect these items in the game, and then you can use those to buy the next zone or whatever it is, if that makes sense. Or maybe I'm misconstruing something. I'm just going to put the name of this game so you can search it on Google Play. And so it's a simple mechanic, simple gameplay system. So it's a casual game, and you're trying to avoid these walls while also picking up these dots. Oops. Okay. And so you can watch an ad to continue. I'm going to stop there. I got 4. 4 is my new best. Let's play again. And I think the red ones are bad. So one thing that confused me is the first time, a couple times I played, I was trying to get the red dots and they were destroying me. And I was wondering if like I was doing it wrong or something. So the fact that it's a dot, like I just didn't know why it wasn't just a longer wall. But I guess that kind of makes you have to like, it's a little more challenging because it looks like a dot maybe and you're used to getting the dots. But if it was like, I felt like I was confused that I should be able to collect the red dots or something like that. So I felt like maybe there's a way that they could eliminate that confusion. Let's keep playing. So simple gameplay systems, which I like simple gameplay systems. They can be really incentivizing for game developers, for casual gamers. Okay, I like that this level is way different than what I was playing before. I want to see if it evolves. Okay, it does kind of get harder, it seems. So it's kind of like an endless runner, but with a simple tap mechanic. And I feel like it's a gameplay system that has like some major promise, honestly. But I wanted to see it evolve more. I feel like it's too static right now. So like you can get these skins, but like I liked 2 minutes in space because the skins you get, the spaceships you unlock and buy, they affect the gameplay. So that makes me think that they have real long-term value. Sakran says play Among Us. I would love to play Among Us if we have time. I'm not sure that we have time today. That's a game that game and Roblox doesn't really need any kind of promotion, but I'd love to play those games on another stream maybe. This is more focused on like indie mobile games, you know, and like giving feedback and supporting them and playing them. So yeah, like I felt like after like getting a certain number of dots or whatever it is, I wish like I can unlock new levels or new like elements or something, you know. That may be kind of hard in this gameplay system, but it just seemed like it needs a more long-term value. So I think they have a great casual action-based gameplay system, but what we need is the long-term value, and that doesn't mean cosmetics. Cosmetics are one way to provide some value, but the cosmetics alone don't have much value if they're just cosmetics and they don't have any tie into the gameplay or anything like that. So I can see players playing this, and then maybe playing it for a day to try to get a good score or whatever. But there's no competitive feature, there's no long-term game progression in order to keep the player engaged in the long term. And if I don't see that long-term value right away, then I'm not going to invest into the game. So I can imagine them doing things. I'm curious if anyone has any suggestions, but I can imagine like some kind of competitive thing. Like maybe there's like a daily leaderboard, and whoever gets in like a certain rank gets some kind of points based on that. That could be cool. Or maybe you get like some kind of prestige by like doing well each day or each week, you know, or whatever it is. It could be maybe you're doing like you're competing with ghosts of other players that have played, and you're like trying to go up the leaderboard in terms of that, or maybe that's some kind of side event thing, you know. Maybe there could be new mechanics that get introduced over time. Maybe the walls that move or things like that. I feel like there's more that I think you have like a great, simple, easy to understand gameplay system, but I just want that long-term value. And so I want to talk about that again. You might have already seen this, but I want to show you a game that I made. So I'm going to put myself on the spot here a little bit. This is a game I made called Numbo Jumbo, and we took it down from the App Store, so you can't really play it anymore. But I made this in college with some friends, and the way it works is you select, we call it a math 3. The way it works is you select numbers that add together in order to clear them. So 5, 1, 2, 2. 1 plus 2 plus 2 equals 5, so those will clear. So it's like a match 3 kind of game, except instead of matching colors, you're matching numbers that add together. And you can go diagonally, and so it's kind of a speed-based game where you're trying to go as fast as possible. And we were told that people loved this game. People who played it really liked it. We were told it was super fun, super engaging, and we had people who were playing it day to day. And so because of that feedback we got, we kind of rested on our laurels. We thought we had a great gameplay system, and that's what a video game is, right? A video game is just a great gameplay system that people love to play. Except that's what a video game is. That's what a console PC game is. Console PC games are about gameplay systems and great gameplay systems, really engaging ones. But mobile games are about the experience around the gameplay system. So all we had here, our mistake was all we had was this really awesome gameplay system, which is, I think, a great gameplay system, just like Dodgy Walls is a great gameplay system. But we never figured out we never even thought about creating long-term value for players. We just thought, a great mobile gameplay system, it must be a great mobile game, right? So wrong. So I learned from this game, and then after this, working in the industry, I learned that mobile games are all about the experience and instilling long-term value in these kinds of games. So that's my feedback to Dodgy Walls based on my experience making games in the past. And this is going to be a segue to go to our next game, which we've played a little bit, but they've updated it, called Zeroing. So there's this game. It's a little bit like the math game that I made, but very different. It's called Zeroing, and let me find it in the App Store really fast. So it's called Zeroing. I thought there was an update, but maybe the update... Oh yeah, 18 hours ago. Sweet. So this is what it's spelled like if you want to play it. And definitely give them 5 stars if you can. I'm giving them 5 stars because they just released an update. And so they're actually responding to our feedback in the previous stream when we played this. So for that reason, I really wanted to follow up with it. Let's open it. And this is on iOS. I forget if it's on Google Play or not. I should totally look that up. I'm going to play easy. So you saw the Numbo Jumbo game that I made. So the way this works is you select 2 numbers to combine them. So 3 to 2. Adds them together. So 2. If I go put the 2 to the 3, it adds them together and creates a 5. If I move the 5 to the 4, so if I move a big number to a small number, it subtracts them. And so my biggest point of feedback last time was I didn't know when I was combining numbers whether they were adding or subtracting. I always forget, like, big to small, small to big. It didn't seem very intuitive. But their big feedback now is when I move the 4 to the 5, the plus sign appears and lets me know these are going to be added together. So if I add those together, those are going to be 9, and that's not what I want. I'm going to move the 1 to the 5. I actually don't want that either. Yeah, so the goal is to cancel out all these numbers. So you should be left with 0 at the end. And I'm not able to do that because I have a 6 and a 4. If I combine those, it would be 2. Let's try it again. So I'm going to move the 7 to the 5. That's going to subtract them and leave us with a 2. I like that it's telling us now whether it's going to be a minus or plus, because I'm able to, like, think ahead more. And, like, I can even, like, look, oh, that's going to subtract. That's going to add. I can, like, preview these things and, like, be more strategic with them. I have a minute to complete each level. So I move the 1 to the 5, it's going to add. Move to the 2 to the 4, that's going to add. So let's make these both 6. Then I can combine the 6s. That's a 0. We beat the level. We get coins whenever we win. Cool. Let's go to the next puzzle. So now we have a win streak going. I'm going to combine the 8 and the 6. 3 and the 4 makes 7. Okay, that's good. If I combine the 7 and 5, that's going to subtract them to be 2. If I combine the 2 and 5, that's going to be 7. So either way, we're good. We got 2 in a row. Let's play again. Let's play until we lose. I want to see how high I can get my win streak. Oh, so this one's a little bit more difficult. So we kind of have to think through everything here. Oh man, this is hard. I think I'm going to combine the 7 and the 4. That leaves us with a 3. Okay. So 1 and 3, the difference is 2. 7 and 5, the difference is 2. So I don't want to add them. I want to subtract them. So whenever you tap, oh, you can just tap a number and it says around them which one's a minus. So if I hit 7, it says, oh, if you move it to the 2 or move it to the 5, it's going to subtract. I really like that. If I hit the 5, it's going to add it. If I hit the 2, it's going to add it. So I think I messed up here, unfortunately. So they're not next to each other, so I can't cancel them out. So it's spatial as well as order of operations, as well as mathematical number sense. So it's combining these kind of different little skills into this puzzle game that I really like. I like math puzzle games, and I think this is a really unique one. And the fact that now I can just tap a number to see the ones around it, I think that is an amazing response to our feedback. So that's why I wanted to play this game again, is that they learned from our playtest session, all of us, we all gave our feedback, and they actually updated it. So I think that's so, so cool. Yeah, one sec. So yeah, awesome job to the member of our community that makes Zeroing. I forget your name. There's a lot of names, but I think that's super cool that you respond to our feedback. That's awesome. And now I'm gonna play this game a lot more because I feel like I can like think more ahead in this puzzle game, since thinking ahead in steps is like how you play this game. So now that I can like preview all the pluses and minuses, that you've taken your gameplay to another level. So I think that's super cool. But yeah, good job. Very good job. Love the update. Check out Zeroing. This is how you spell it without the E. No, or there's no E in Zero. Zeroing. This is how you play it. I gave it 5 stars. I'm so grateful that they respond to our feedback. I can't wait to keep playing this game. So yeah, that's why I wanted to follow up on that. Let's keep going. What's next on our list? So there's this crazy game called Shadow of Not that I want to play. It's a narrative-based game. It's on iOS and... let me look it up on iOS. Shadow of Not. So this is from another member of our community. So it's an emotive narrative drama game. It looks incredible. It won all these awards, so I'm super excited to play it out. It costs $3 on iOS, but it's a title that's part of Google Play's Play Pass. So you can get a free month subscription to it on Google Play, and then you get to play the game for free. So that's what I did, and I'm super excited to play it. Fredbear Games is the developer. And let me look up, what's their name? I don't think that they're going to be able to be in the chat, since I'm pretty sure they're from Singapore. Yeah, Booty Tantra is the developer, who's a member of our group. Oops. So there's like these different characters you pick. It says lost 0 out of 3. Interesting. I'm gonna play as Anna. Let's play. Shadow of Not. I'm gonna add the sound. This is interesting. I'm just super. This seemed like a really unique experience from our community, so I just wanted to play it for that reason. Okay, so now I'm listening to it. Music sounds cool. Okay, I tapped to close the door. So again, this isn't usually the kind of game I play, but I love playing unique mobile games to see what we learn from them, you know, so I want to try this out. So you can kind of contextually tap on things. Oh. Let's start again. So I'm trying to like play this piano game, kinda. It's hard to play with a mouse. Oh god, oh god. I wish I could tap on these things. I'm playing like the Google Play games in my emulator. There we go. Guitar Hero, says Mattman. Doesn't seem like a mouse game. No, not really. Not usually what I would play either. Interesting, says Mattman. I should practice this melody more. So I think it's interesting the way you interact, because you'll be faced with like a still screen and you'll start tapping and be like, how do I interact with this number? This guy appeared. I'm lost. Who are you? Come find me. You sound familiar. Do I know you? Anna, understand me. So this developer makes a lot of really different kinds of games. This one is very unique. And it won all these awards, look, so it must be good, right? I love the music, love the environment, kind of. Anna, is that you? Turn off the lights. Yes, Mom. She's drinking. I hope that's water. There's something playing in the background. Let me make sure. It's closed. Is that coming from the game, the sound? So I have the AK group, which is the Association to Kill Apathy, which is an activist club. We go to meet in Calgary. Or maybe it's just in my ear. I'm not really sure. Flags right now, all the flags in the world. On the hallway, we have a group that is trying to raise money to build a school in Ecuador. Greatest elements. So you had a choice here. Something's around the window. I'm gonna take a quick look. I'm gonna just say that. All the opportunities. Andrew, is that you? I'm only gonna play this game for like a minute more and we'll move on. I'm not Andrew. I'm no longer Andrew. Andrew, we talked about it. It is better for us not to see each other anymore. You are a strong person. It is better to get out of each other's lives. It was a dream. I hear it too. Is it from the game because the TV is on? It might have been from the game. I closed all my tabs because I'm like, what is that coming from? They're talking about teaching or something. Okay. So, interesting game space. I'm not going to keep playing it because to me, like, none of it seems mobile specific. You know what? I could have played this on any platform, really. But I know a lot of people are into these kind of narrative-driven games, environmental kind of games, so I just want to try it from our studio, from our community. So, interesting game. I'm curious if y'all play it. I'd be really curious what you think of it in the long term. There's like multiple levels, and I feel like they kind of feed into each other. And it seems like it could be an intense experience. So, super interesting. Just want to try it for a sec. We're gonna move on to the next game on our list, which is Undead Eatery. Let me open Steam again. I had just closed that. So Undead Eatery is a game that one of our big stream supporters and community members, Kevin Kessels, is developing this game. And so you can't play it yet because you're not special like me. But I'm going to give you early access, and we're going to see how the game's coming along and where it's going. So I'm going to hit play. We might need to give it a second. I might need to figure this out in our stream. 1 second. So I got it open. I'm going to include it here. 1 sec. I need to add a new window to my OBS software. Window capture, add source, new, call it Kessels, add source. It's not coming up as the list of things that I can run, so I might try it later. I'm not going to be able to display it on the stream. Let me see, how can I do this? Maybe I can just add this window. Hold on. I'm going to figure this out. I'm just going to have to show this window. Tibisoft said audio became a bit chaotic. Yeah, I agree with that. Hard to hear you over Shadow of Night. Thank you so much for that feedback, everyone. I rely on all y'all's feedback about that stuff. I'm not good at this, at managing some of this audio stuff sometimes. Save us from this audio mess. Yeah, I think I saved it now. Let me know if it's not working or something. I think I closed everything. I think I shut off the audio and stuff. 1 sec. I'm trying to get it so I can display Undead Eatery by Kessels. Cool, I fixed it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for actively being involved in the stream. I really appreciate it. I'm excited to keep growing week to week. Let me know if any of y'all want to have a game you want me to play or anything like that. Window capture, display capture. Here we go. Add source. Add a new source. 222. One second. Colin Kessels, where you at? Yeah, so I think I might have to restart the stream. I should have been running it from the start. I might play it at the end and just quickly get off and on again. If I can't add it here. Window capture. 1 sec. Let me try one more time. The game is working. I just can't add it into my... It's not picking it up as a source for some reason. Kessel says, hi, here. Okay. So I'm going to make this the last game we play because I think I have to... Oh, wait. It's working. Let me make sure. Okay, I think we're good. Sweet. Hold on. Is it working? Oh, wait. No, it's not. 1 sec. Game capture, maybe? Add source. Add source. Cancel. Yeah, so I'm just not able to... I see myself in chat, emoji pop. Yeah. I'm trying to get it to display this game, but it won't pick it up when I go to window capture. And so sometimes when I shut down the stream and open it, then it would allow me to. Just display cap if you have to. Display cap. But when I select the display capture, it doesn't allow me to display. It only allows me to display my second screen. Give me 5 minutes, says Kessels. So I'm gonna try to restart the stream in just a minute. Let me just make sure we've finished all the games that I wanted to play today. 1 second. So we're gonna save Darks Unleashed for the next time. So these are all the main games. If anyone has got a game you want me to play, let me know, because otherwise I'm going to restart the stream, play Kessel's game if we can. If I don't come back, that means I wasn't able to stream it, and I'll be able to stream it next time for sure. Because my stream software won't let me do it. Let me close this. Really quickly, before we end, and I try to do Kessel's, if I close and open it again, I want to just share really quickly my game, Emoji Pop. You can play it at playemojipop.com. You can see the link on the screen here at the bottom left. So this is just me wrapping up the stream before we try to play Kessel's game again. So this is a bubble shooter game, and the way it works is you aim and you fire these colored emojis in order to make matches. There's also obstacles that you interact with that do things on the board, and you're trying to climb these worlds, and along the way you'll find these stars, and these stars will unlock levels. And so this is a pretty tight level. Done, says Kessels. Yeah, cool. Give me 1 second. I'm going to reset the stream after I just explain Emoji Pop, and then we're going to try to play Undead Eatery. If I don't come back, that means I'm not able to stream it, and I'm going to need to try it another day. So the way it works is you make these matches, and you're trying to beat these mini levels. And if you win a mini level, you get a bunch of bonus moves. So let me show you actually. Come on, give me a pink. There we go. Check files of Undead. Okay, 1 second for update. 1 second. So I'm just going to explain my game Emoji Pop, and then we'll end with Kessel's game. And I'm super grateful for Kessels because they're such a positive, constant member of our community. It's a 45 kilobyte update. Okay, cool. I'll install that update. Thank you so much, Kessels. And so by beating that level, we get to play this slot machine that wins us bonus moves. And so we got 6 bonus moves. Not the best, but not bad either. And that gives us more moves to climb this bubble shooter level with. And by completing these larger bubble shooter worlds, we unlock new obstacles. And these new obstacles add these crazy new elements to the game, but it also allows us to use them to create our very own levels in the game. And then we can use those levels and share them on social media for everyone in the world to play. So I just really quickly want to say this game, this project I'm working on, I'm going to say what its goal is, and I'm going to say the 3 reasons why I think this game has a chance of success and why I think it's unique. My goal with this game is to challenge the dominance of corporate developers in the casual mobile puzzle space. So we always complain about games like Candy Crush, Toon Blast, Farm, like all these. There's a million of those kind of match 3 games and bubble games and puzzle games. And we always critique them because we say that they exploit their audience, which I think is an interesting discussion. I think they exploit them in ways. I don't think they're necessarily evil. But I think that we can design puzzle games in better ways. And there's 3 ways I think we can design them better that I'm doing with Emoji Pop. And so instead of just complaining about those games dominating and then doing nothing about it, change the game to window mode. Okay, I'll do that in 1 second, Kessels. Thank you so much. So there's 3 ways that Emoji Pop is challenging the dominance, or is going to challenge the dominance of these corporate developers. The first complaint that these mobile puzzle games like Candy Crush often receive is that they're totally vacuous. They sometimes convince players to spend tons of money, but they give nothing of real value. They're just kind of sucking their time. Players feel like they're gaining progress and stuff, so that's fine. But one critique is that they don't really offer players anything of real world substance, or of like intellectual value, really. And so one way, that's the first reason that I'm making Emoji Pop, is my game comes with a level creator. And so I'm releasing videos that you're able now to actually watch within the game. So if I click on this video, I can kind of minimize it and drag it around, and I can be watching my level design tutorials while I build levels. So my whole thinking is I want to train players of my game in the art of level design and introduce them to core game design concepts that they can someday use to get an actual job working in the industry. So when I first started as a game designer, my first job was as a level designer making bubble shooters for one of these giant corporate developers. And I really learned so much about game design, and it put me in such a good position to design games in the future. So I want to empower people like that, and they don't have to go to school. They don't have to learn how to code. They don't have to work at these jobs. They can do it from their own home or on the bus on their mobile phone at playemojipop.com. They can learn level design, make all these levels, and you can share them instantly to social media, because every level, I create a special link for your level. And you can share that link to social media, and the whole world can play your level and give you feedback from any mobile device or computer as well. So I think that's a super powerful way of empowering players who invest in the game and give them something of actual value. My goal is to empower one of my players to actually get a job. So imagine you want to get a job as a game designer in the industry, maybe a mobile game designer. Imagine you go into your interview and say, I make levels that you kind of make in your puzzle games. And you can send them the link, and in your interview, they could play your level and you can explain it to them. Matt says, I already went to school, could have played Emoji Pop instead. You messed up, Matt, man. Why did you go to school to become a game developer? You should have just waited for me to make Emoji Pop. You gotta have that kind of foresight, Matt, man. That's pretty funny, though. So that's one thing I'm doing. And I'm hoping to build a community of aspiring game developers and level designers that can give each other feedback on social media and play each other's levels and share them. And my other goal is I want to keep creating more and more skill-based elements to the game that expand the space of what you can create. And that's the second big evolution that I'm instilling in the bubble shooter genre. Most corporate bubble shooter games, like Bubble, let's look up Bubble Witch Sega. This is one of those bubble shooter games that's really big. So this is Bubble Witch Sega 3. One of the big mistakes that companies like Zynga, Rovio, Jam City King, all of them, one of the big mistakes is they design their games just like match 3s. So match 3s make so much money. So companies like King and Jam City, they decide, okay, bubble shooters are about making colored matches too, so we'll just make them exactly like match 3s, which means using the Sega map. So the Sega map approach means if you are on level 1, you have to keep playing level 1 until you win, then you have to go to level 2. This means when you're playing Candy Crush, there might be certain points where you're playing the same level for like 3 weeks straight, and you can't beat it, and you have to just keep playing it, and once you finally win, then you get to go to the next level. This is how these companies make their money. This sets players in an antagonistic relationship with the developer. It kind of sucks to play the same level with no new content for weeks and weeks on end, and so this breaks down. It's fine for match 3s to a degree because their match 3s are based very much in chance. Their chance versus skill is way more chance based. And so players of these games want to keep on playing the same level even after weeks of playing the same Candy Crush level, because they always feel like the next time they play, since the game is so based in chance, they might have the opportunity to win. In bubble shooters, though, players perceive the game to be very much based in skill. Let me go back to the game itself. You have to aim these emojis, and casual gamers, this is kind of difficult. The strategy of aiming for the higher up emojis in order to cull the lower ones, that's also a more difficult skill. There's all these reasons why bubble shooters are inherently more difficult than match 3s. And this is very obvious at the end of a level. If the player needs just one more emoji to beat a level, like they just need a purple, but instead of giving the player a purple, the player is given like a red instead, they'll feel like the game cheated them. They had an opportunity to win, they just didn't have the right color. They consider the game to be based on skill, so the fact that they lost based on chance will enrage them, and they'll immediately quit the game forever. So players perceive these games to be based on skill, except developers, the problem is, if they're based in skill at all, players will quit the game in that way I described. So developers have to suck out all of the skill, all of the fun parts of bubble shooters, in order to make them cater to the lowest non-gamer demographic that plays their games, the people who have never played video games before. So what I'm doing is I removed the Sega map from the game, and casual game developers would think this is crazy. The giant developers that make Candy Crush, to them, they think that's the only way they make money is with this Sega map approach like I described. But for bubble shooters, it actually makes they can't make very much money, and that's why match 3s make like 100 times more money than bubble shooters as a field, as a genre. So by getting rid of the Sega map approach, if you lose a level in Emoji Pop, that's okay. If you lose a level, the level goes away, and you can keep playing as normal. Sometimes you have to wait for your moves to regenerate, so it's a little bit annoying, but I'm not punishing you permanently for not beating a level. That means that I can use skill in ways that other developers only wish they could. So let me open my database real quick. Oops, wrong account. So I want to show you how I'm embracing skill. Actually, I can probably just do it. I'm going to open up some of my levels. Let's see. I'm going to show you a skill-based level. So this is a level that's constantly scrolling down, and the daggers are constantly rotating. So I have to hit them at just the right time in order to launch them in the right direction. And I'm also racing the clock. If the level gets too far close to the bottom of the screen, then I will lose. So you'll see it coming right here. So there's no other bubble shooter on the market that I'm aware of that uses time pressure, because if they did that, they would lose money. Players would get to a level, because of the Sega map model, they'd get to a speed-based level like this, they wouldn't be able to do it, some of them, and they'd immediately quit. And the game would not be making very much money, and it would just destroy everything. So by getting rid of the Sega map approach, which is the second evolution of the genre that I've instilled, players don't get punished for not having the same amount of skill as other players. And that means I can embrace skill to the highest degree. So I'm creating these insane game features that I'm hoping will allow players to make insane levels on their own, that I'm hoping will maybe even be able to go viral. So I'm instilling like match 3 mechanics into the game. I want to create a logic system that allows players to create like whatever they want. My idea is you should be able, like, it's kind of how Minecraft, if you invest really deeply in Minecraft, you can make something that's insane. Like you can make like a Pokemon emulator in Minecraft and stuff like that. So that's what I'm trying to do within the realm of mobile puzzle games, and I want players to be able to share their creations with the whole world and go viral or whatever it is. So those are I'm embracing skill. I'm creating a community and trying to empower them with level design. And I have to remove the Sega map model for that reason. And so for all those reasons, I think Emoji Pop is going to revolutionize the mobile puzzle game space, because I'm creating a positive relationship with my players. You know, I'm not ever freezing them out from playing the game forever to make money off of them. I'm trying to give them skills, and I'm allowing them to actually have fun with a skill-based game. Bubble shooters are a skill-based game. The way that they're designed on the App Store by most of these big developers is honestly a disgrace, and it's an insight into how they're not able to organically think about designing their games. They just copy the money-making scheme of match 3s, even though bubble shooters, if you know anything about game design, are a completely different game that requires a completely different progression system and stuff like that. So that's kind of my little rant on why I think Emoji Pop is posed to change the mobile puzzle game space in a big way. You can play it online at playmojipop.com and let me know what you think. Obviously, there's some bugs on certain devices. It's a little glitchy on mobile right now, but I'm working towards an App Store release by the end of this year. And I think match 3s, the CEO of Jam City, Chris DeWolf, says he expects Cookie Jam to be around in another 50 years from now, which I think is laughable. I think match 3s are going to die off. They keep evolving in these little subtle ways, and these companies play this crazy financial game in order to out one another, kind of, and make more money. But I think as gamers, as casual gamers get a little more literate, they're gonna be looking for something that's a little more based in skill. And I think bubble shooters are posed to be the next match 3. Once they're designed correctly, once they're designed in a way that actually embraces this skill that players are going to be looking for. And so that's kind of the whole design thinking around this game. And so I just wanted to share it with you. But let me try this Kessel's update real fast. Let me know if you have any questions about the game or anything like that. And then after that, we will be good to go. So we're going to update it. And so Kessel said change the game to window mode. So we're going to do that. I'm trying to hit update. For some reason it's not updating. I want to hit update. Update queued. Why is it updating other games for me right now? Let me make it stop downloading Civilization or whatever it's doing. Update required. Download now. Hey Kessels, when I hit download now, it doesn't let me. Maybe that's because it's already downloaded. Not sure. Not sure if I should close. Let me close Steam again and open it up. Get in any Factorio? No, I was pretty busy. I was kind of hanging out with my family this weekend, so I didn't get to play Factorio, but I'm going to play Factorio next weekend for sure. I'm still like thinking about that game when I'm eating dinner. When I was eating dinner last night, I was thinking about that game. Reinstall it. Okay, cool. I will reinstall it. I'm really excited to play this game. Again, Kessel has been such an amazing community member, so I'm so appreciative of that, and I'm actually genuinely really excited to play this game. I think it's a Steam error, so let's uninstall it. Factorio. Oh, Kessels loves Factorio too. Cool. Yeah, we were just talking about that game last week. Manage, uninstall. So I'm guessing I can use that same code as before to install it again. Failed to uninstall. An unexpected error occurred while uninstalling. How does an error occur while uninstalling Steam? That's pretty funny. Let me try again. Yeah, so Kessels, it said it wasn't able to uninstall, which is pretty weird. And that's on Steam, obviously, not you. I'm not sure that's because there's an update queued or something. Close. Yeah, I don't know how to do this. But thankfully we're at the end of our stream, so restart stream. So I already did that, but I can try again. But yeah, we're not waiting on anything else, so like there's no pressure or anything like that. Oh, it's probably because it's open. I'm an idiot. Hold on. OMG, it was open. ... says Mattman. Mattman's judging me. Library. I was like slighting Gabe Newell and Valve for having this bug, but obviously it was a user error. Okay, uninstalled. I'm gonna download it again. Install here. Next. Preparing Undead Eatery files. Something I was thinking is I haven't played this game yet, but it seems like there's some overlap in the real world. Like, I don't know, there's this pandemic going on and all these, oh, sweet. Thank you so much, Kessels. Like, I really appreciate you making it window-based for me. That's so awesome. That's so awesome of you to do that. DW Strat name exposed. Oh, crap. Okay, so this is a game called Undead Eatery that is currently in development from Kessel's studio. As I said, who's a big member of our community. I'm gonna hit start. What level do you think we should pick first? Just kidding. Looks like they got a lot of levels. Free mode at the end. Interesting. Let's put level 1. And Kessel's feel free to say anything that we need to know to give us context or whatever is going on. Generate $75 within 600 seconds to win. Okay. So it's sort of based on Diner Dash. I think there's something I have to hit to cook stuff. Press A to attack. Okay, so right click is to move. So this might take me a little time to figure out. How do I cook stuff? A to attack. Click on stove. Sweet. So we can make items. So I see people asking for boiled eggs. Okay, so as we make it, we're like the chef, and the zombies automatically serve it for us. That's cool. So that's different than Diner Dash. Diner Dash, like, thumbs down, thumbs up a little bit. In Diner Dash, it's kind of about you being the waiter as well as making these things. So I like that this is different already. You're more in charge of like the strategy of making these things. And you can use these zombies to attack. So if I hit the A button, I'm not sure about this mechanic yet, but you can like attack other restaurants, I'm pretty sure. For some reason, it seems relevant to what's going on. Like, there's this pandemic, like this disease, zombies, and restaurants have closed down or are having troubles, blah, 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 Okay, so we got the scrambled egg and the boiled egg. And so what this is the core mechanics of the game that they're developing. And Kessel's is... there's someone asking for a soda. Gotcha. Okay, I see. Interesting. So yeah, they're working on like the core gameplay system, and they've envisioned this multiplayer online component. No money. Got it. Okay, I see. So we need to make a couple more dishes, it looks like. Pea soup. So it cost me money to make these dishes. They need a soda. The green one. And so this is the core gameplay system. They're imagining this online component where you're competing with other members of other restaurants. Whenever people go, I lose kind of some money. I'm trying to get $75. Oh, I need to make eggs. I'm kind of sucking. I know I'm going to get better at this over time. They left again. Dang it. Okay, I need to be faster. Okay, green, yellow. I should probably just have stuff out since I have money. Boiled egg. They want a red soda. I see a couple red sodas. Soda. I put 2 sodas out. More boiled eggs. This one wants scrambled eggs. Okay. So it costs a lot of money to make these dishes, actually. People keep leaving. Dang it. So I have one of each dish out at least. It looks like this last table is a little bit off the screen. I'm not sure if it's the resolution though or not. Whoa, what is this one? Is that from this thing? Is that a drink? Is Dylan that? No, so I'm actually the person in the kitchen. So my job is I'm curious what this means. That thing with the X through it. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Need more pea soup. Oh, the character. I see. Yeah, I think this is me, right? Isn't the guy in the blue? Yeah, the guy in the blue shirt's me. So I got confused there, obviously. Kessel's put me in the game as a zombie waiter, which is rad. And so I'm in the game, but I'm actually also playing the game as well. Pretty funny. So I like that it costs a lot of money to make these dishes, like, because I want to make stuff in advance. But if I do it too far in advance, I kind of lose all this money, kind of. Green soup, pea soup. I'm just going to keep making stuff. And you can, like, I think you can get, like, more waiters. There's, like, more dishes to unlock, stuff like that as you go on. You can also buy more zombies. Press B to do that. Got it. Interesting. You can buy tables, zombies. Sweet. I'm gonna. Oh, they're only $1 too. I want to buy that. That's awesome. Cool. I like that. I'm gonna look more at what you can get. You can get more tables, floorings, appliances. You can get a sink, stove. Interesting. We get one more zombie since they're only $1. You level 1, you won. Let's go. Undead Eatery. Okay. I think Kessel was saying the zombies should cost some more money. Gotcha. Let's put level 2. Okay, now that I know what I know, I'm gonna try to do a little better this time. Okay. Let me buy a zombie waiter first. Okay, we got people coming in. I still know what that thing with the X is through it. Omelet. Oops. Are they just hanging out there? Green soup. Ah! Should stay closer to the stove. Pea soup. Let me just make some more stuff in advance. Scrambled eggs. If you have some money, like, it's good to, like, I think make a bunch of stuff to start off with. Oh, don't like the price. Forgot to change the price. Gotcha. Oh, so you can change the price of the items. Interesting. That seems like something that's kind of deep that I could see, like, you getting better at over time, knowing, like, how much things cost and stuff. So I don't see a drink station here. So let's build one. I don't know where we can find one. Maybe we can't. Oh, God. Green. I think it's interesting I could change the price. I don't know enough now to know what I should change the price to. I don't want to scare people away, obviously. People want omelets. See some more eggs. My feedback so far is the font is hard to read, says Mattman PS2, and the images the customers wants is small. Obviously no tutorial yet. Yeah, I could see the tutorialization, like, let me know some of this stuff, but obviously you're working on all this. This is obviously a work in progress. Event population 20. I didn't see, like, a drink station, but people were asking for drinks, and I couldn't buy a drink dispenser either. Oh, these are plants. Got it. So they want the omelet and eggs. We're at $58, $61. I think the time to test attack. That's a good idea. So you can attack. So I'm going to attack with 2 zombies, so I have 1 left over. Let me buy 1 more. So the zombies that you attack, they go into this other restaurant and attack the freaking waiters there. I think that's hilarious. Attack failed. Oh, God. Okay, that's it. No more monkey business. Attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. Screw those people. Your waiters need to hit the gym. Come on, zombies. Let's go. My zombies are the greatest. Let's go. Attack successful. So what happens by attacking them? Do I get money from that? Do I get business from that? LOL, says Kessels. I think that's such an awesome mechanic of managing your restaurant, but also attacking. So I think that has a huge potential for that as a mechanic. I think that's really cool. It's cool to see. It's cool to actually play that. I'm curious what you get out of that though, from or if it's just kind of something you're testing out. Like it'd be cool if I could like take their money, you know, or something like that, or take their customers. They're asking for drinks, but I can't get a drink. Check cooking book. Gotcha. Appliances. Cooking book. Don't see anything new in the cooking book. You got a new dish. I don't see a new dish yet. These are the dishes I had at the beginning. Oh, I didn't even need that. Oops. Green soup. I like that you can attack other restaurants for their like recipes though. I think that's a cool idea. Reminds me of like SpongeBob, you know, and like Plankton. But it's not at every level at the moment. Gotcha, makes sense, makes sense. Yeah, this is really interesting. I want to like think about this a lot and like really think about my feedback for this. I'm really having fun like choosing stuff. Obviously it's work in progress. I think this has a lot of potential as like a chaotic game. You know, like Diner Dash is like meant to be super chaotic. And I'm really curious, like as you said you're gonna release it eventually for mobile, even though it's gonna be on Steam. But I'm super curious, like what you can do for mobile that makes it like have long-term value for players. The level by level progression already has a lot of value in that, I'm sure. You can also close the restaurant, press the sign. Did that close it? Gotcha. If I click it again, will it open it? Interesting. I like that the second level is in a new location. That seemed interesting to me. Diner Dash usually like you have the same restaurant. I'm not sure if I'm able to open it again. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong. I can't tell whether it's open or closed by the sign, so I'm not really sure. In Diner Dash, usually you have like one restaurant that you're. Oh, here, now it's open. Cool. Oh god, get those orders ready. Ah, game over. You failed. Sweet. But we must do a lot of work still. Yeah, awesome. Like, and yeah, thank you for like. Not many developers are willing to show off their game while still in development, so I really appreciate that. I think it's important for getting feedback, you know, and putting it out there a little ahead of time. That's what I'm doing with my game too, you know. My game, I just realized on iOS, it's like hardly even working somehow, like on certain phones. So, but yeah, makes sense. You're working on it still. That's awesome. Thank you so much for letting us play that. So I like that I don't get to go to the next level. It makes me want to keep playing the same level over and over again until I beat it. Let's play it again. I want to think about feedback and stuff like that. So I use the right mouse button to move, and I can use the left mouse to interact with stuff. So I want to put myself here to get ready. One thing that's fun about Diner Dash is that you're evolving your restaurant over time. So you're like adding tables over time, and like the tables you add will be there next time too. So you're kind of growing your business. But this is a very different approach. So I don't have drinks available to buy, but I'm sure that's like kind of a little bug right now. They want scrambled eggs. I like that. Will you link the tested played games, says Tipasoft? Yes. So in the Facebook group, in the comments, I'll add all the games there. And I'll tweet it out maybe too. If there's anywhere else I should post it as well, let me know. That's a great suggestion though. I should totally link the tested play games. I'm totally going to do that. And again, let me know if anyone has another game they want me to test out. Super appreciative for Kessels for setting this up and updating the game and allowing us to play it on the stream. I think that's super awesome of them to put that work into it. You should spam links to the game you're playing. You should just spam links to the game as you're playing or after in chat. That's a great idea. I was hoping people would look it up on their iOS devices. I should be more organized though, and like have all the links ready to go, like you said, so people can click. Like right now, you can spam the Steam page. That's a great idea. Facebook would be great to check them later. That's a really good feedback, Matt, man. Is there a way I can share the link to this game store? Undead, yeah. I really appreciate the feedback on how this stuff works. I'm totally like open to like making it better, you know. So I think that's a great idea of having links ready to go and posting them in the chat. A great idea. How do I share this? Share. I want the link to it. Embed. Ah, cool. Kessel shared it. Awesome. So yeah, follow this game. I'm gonna follow it too, even though I already have it. So like the game that this always gets contrasted with is Diner Dash. Obviously, it's inspired by kind of Diner Dash gameplay, or it has some similarities. Some of the biggest, I want to like look at the biggest differences and kind of digest that. No pun intended, digesting. So in Diner Dash, for example, you're usually the waiter serving all the dishes. So it's more about like the physical actions and of navigating and getting all the waiters, all the tables or dishes in time and stuff like that, and managing all this stuff and balancing cooking stuff with delivering stuff. So in this game, you're tasked more with just putting out the food and matching the food that people want. So it's simpler mechanic for that reason. It's a little easier, although it definitely has some difficulty. As you see, I'm not that great at it yet. But I think it's interesting that like you can decide how much you're charging for it. I can see that strategy being interesting to play with. My only feedback on that is like I could see it being difficult, like to know, like for me, like I'm not confident enough to know like how much to charge. I see some people like aren't willing to pay money. No one here yet, but I don't know like how much people want or don't want. So if there was a way, like if there's some indicator like as to like whether if this is like so expensive, if it's insane, you know, or if whatever it is, if there's some kind of metric to judge like how much you should charge for things, that could be kind of cool. But it makes sense that it's something you learn over time as well. And I also like, so things are simpler, which allows you to more focus on this attacking mechanic. You can attack other restaurants, and I guess you get more recipes that way. I don't know, I'm curious, what feedback do other people have of this game? I like the level by level and how it gets a little more difficult each time, I'd imagine. And I'm really excited to see what like that long-term value is with like the online component, like you playing this at the same time as someone else and you competing with each other and attacking each other. I think that's where like a lot of real value is going to come from. So I'm really excited for that. It seems like a really exciting path to go down. I'm curious why aren't you able? I guess so. You decided to automate the weighting of these tables and stuff. I'm curious why you decided that. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just curious. Like, I would just love to know because you know your game design more than me and where it's going. I want to know why I'm not tasked with delivering these dishes and stuff. Because right now the gameplay, it's more just like matching, you know? I'm just like putting out dishes. The challenge doesn't seem to really come from these core mechanics very much. It's kind of just matching. Maybe he should be locked out of dining areas so users don't get confused. I could see that if players thought that maybe they had to wait the tables somehow. Is there a way to wait the tables? Don't think so. Yeah, so like moment to moment, I kind of like the moment to moment Diner Dash gameplay is engaging because like it's more about balancing these things. Like you have to cook stuff and deliver it and stuff like that. Maybe you can serve yourself if you can't afford zombie waiters. That's an interesting piece of feedback. Like, what if you had to do it and then over time you hire zombies to do it for you, and that's kind of like an advantage, kind of. I could see that. And obviously, like Kessels knows the depths of his game design way more than us, but like just as someone who we don't really know exactly where you're going with the game, just because it's still in development. Like these are just like random suggestions to like maybe help you out or let you know what people will think when they play your game. I'm gonna open it again just so we can see it. Yeah. I like this game, says Tibasoft. Just a graph animation of cooking book should be improved. So Tibasoft loves the game, thinks that the animation of the cooking book can be improved. One thing is, the animation might not even need to be there, because look at this. If it's a time-based game, and it's going to take me time to like flip through all these pages, so maybe like it should just immediately go to the next page even, just because it shouldn't be about like the animation slowing me down almost. And maybe it would be better if it just switched pages, then I could more quickly pick the options of the food items and stuff. So I think the Tibasoft and I both have feedback maybe on like the book navigation. I think that's a good point Tibasoft made. Like animation could be affected. I think maybe take the animation out just so I can like quickly, like if I have to go to the last page in the book, like it would stink if I have to like takes me a long time, since it seems like sometimes the customers don't sit there for too long. So being able to quickly go to the food items might be a good ability kind of to have. Tibasoft says it is basically okay, but if you should do it many times, it's flickering or something like that. Gotcha. So cool, more feedback for Kessels. I think it's really fascinating that you allow them to decide the price of the food. I think that's an idea that has some like potential for sure. Because it's more, I think the game is less about these action mechanics of Diner Dash, and it's more about the strategy, it seems like, of pricing things in order to get a certain amount of money, which is interesting. And I think that's something you can like keep polishing in order to like perfect that. And so obviously the other really fascinating mechanic is the idea that you can use your waiters to attack other restaurants. Just want to do that again. So my guys are outnumbered here, it looks like. So you said it gets you a new item, but I'm wondering is, if you attack a restaurant and you get a new item, does that really help you? Because you're risking your waiters. Now I don't have any waiters, so you're risking some waiters, which could lose you money. And does having another recipe, does that impact the gameplay or help you in a way that's obvious? Because you're still going to get the same amount of customers, I'd imagine, coming into your restaurant. And they're just ordering different things now. And now, if anything, now there's more items to choose from, which could make it, I think, even more difficult. So for that reason, I was thinking, like, maybe you're earning money. And again, you know your game design better than me. I'm not telling you what to do. Just, again, like, from an outsider, just random feedback, and then you can, like, take it for what it is. Obviously, I'm totally uninformed with your direction of this game, you know that more than anyone. But if you could attack other restaurants, like maybe it should be a different reward is what I was thinking. Like maybe it maybe gets you money straight up, or like maybe you steal maybe you can see on like the side, you get a view of the other restaurant in the corner, and maybe you're trying to pick the right moment to like invade the restaurant and like take all their customers, or maybe you turned their waiters into zombies and you get to use them as waiters or something. Kessel says you can make more money of the items you can unlock. Okay, that totally makes sense. I just noticed though that the costs in okay, I see. So for pea soup, cost $5, quantity 2. So if I make a pea soup, it costs me $5 and I get 2 of them. I see. So it's less expensive per dish, basically. Okay, I didn't see that before. That totally makes sense. Let me look at this. The way the money is now, pea soup costs $5 and for 2 of them. So it's $2.50 you're spending per dish. So you're making 50 cents per dish of pea soup. For omelets, they cost $8 to make 3. So that's like $2.67 per dish. And so you're making like $1.33 per dish. So that's making a significant amount more than the pea soup. Okay, I understand now. So they actually do make you a lot more money. So the cost is $5 per dish, and you're selling them for $9, which makes you like 4. So let me look at this. Hold on. So if I make scrambled eggs, that costs me $10 to make the scrambled eggs. Oh, I need a zombie. LOL. So I want to see how much money these spend. Okay, I see. So scrambled eggs cost $5. So you make, but for scrambled eggs, you're making $4 per dish, right? If they each cost $5, but you're selling them for $9, you're making $4 per dish. But for pea soup, I'm only making 50 cents per dish. So I feel like omelets and pea soups, I'm making less money than I'm making scrambled eggs, right? Or is it just that I have to like increase the price in order to make that amount of money? Does that make sense what I'm saying? We are also planning to unlock buyable items like better tables or decorations. Gotcha. Do the better type tables or decorations somehow make you more money? Like, what's the incentive to... I'm wondering what's the incentive to buy the tables and decorations? Especially since after the level's over, you lose everything that you did, right? Like, whereas in Diner Dash, if you add tables, like, then you get more customers, and then every level you're going to have more space for customers, so... Spending money on tables makes sense because each level you're going to get like more and more customers, so in the long run you make money. But if I buy tables here or buy decorations, like, aren't I going to just lose those in the next level? Because I'm pretty sure the first level was in a totally different restaurant. Yeah. I got a star here. I think that means I beat the level. So the core gameplay revolves around matching what people want and clicking on the items people want. So I'm clicking on the items that people want and my waiters will give them to them. Cooking speed plus other boosts for your restaurant. Gotcha. So yeah, I could see like if decorations and tables somehow boosts you in other ways, makes sense that that's feeding into the gameplay. Because otherwise I don't see why people would just like buy decorations, you know? Especially, it'd be cool if like you had a restaurant that you're evolving, you know? I could see that creating long-term progression if like the restaurant, you're like building your own restaurant basically. But yeah, it makes sense. Like if the decorations give you boosts that in your level really help you out, make money, I could see that. But I think it would have to be really obvious for players to be incentivized to do that. I'm gonna see something. What if I charge like $20 for everything? Because right now the way that you are, the way, at least like with the quick math I'm doing in my head, I think the later recipes are making less money than the early recipes. The levels are more to learn the game. Okay, that's what I was wondering too. Because I know that like I was looking at the level list, and eventually you unlock free mode. And I'm curious, what is free mode? Okay, in free mode you must unlock items with levels and XP. Gotcha. I wonder if is there a way to make it so like you just go into free mode, because I think you need to for any game it's good to like show the player the long-term value as quickly as possible, you know, from the start. And so but just by playing the first couple levels, I don't see like the incentive to like, you know, buy decorations, etc., or see where the game's going overall. But it makes sense if you started them in free mode. Like, is there a way to just tutorialize the game within free mode? But I don't really know what the design of free mode is, so I'm sure you know what you're doing in terms of like why it's set up like this. I just don't know yet from what I've played, obviously. Free mode might be the best mode for this game, or maybe 1 to 2 tutorial levels. Yeah, totally. Like with Diner Dash, I was addicted to that game like in high school because like it has such a strong progression. You know, you're building your restaurant, you're adding tables. You can't add stuff very often. You know, once per level, maybe you're adding a new table, but it gives you a lot of bit more business, etc. Makes you a lot more money. Whereas like if you start in level 2, like you already have like a restaurant full of tables, and the gameplay revolves around simply clicking on the dishes that people want, you know? So it seems like it doesn't have that moment-to-moment engagement, really. So I feel like there's so much potential in this game and this gameplay mode and what you're doing with the online stuff. I just feel like you can smooth it out at the beginning more and show players what that long-term incentive is, you know? And because like it feels kind of like a letdown to go to the next level, and it's a completely different level. And I'm doing the same thing again, kind of. And like the new dishes, I don't think, as a player, I didn't see the immediate value in the new dishes. Besides, people want them, but if for attacking restaurants, I don't see the value in getting new recipes, even though I'm sure it's there. But yeah, like, I think this is a really fascinating game space, and where you're going with the online component and everything like that, like, I know the game has huge potential. And we're only seeing it, you know, like halfway through its development and everything. But yeah. Also, yeah, I think I mentioned people keep asking for drinks. I don't think I'm able to give that to them. It's flooring. So like, I could see like in free mode, I could see like these these floorings and decorations and everything. I could see people really loving like customizing their restaurant and keep ranking it up and like making it their own, you know. I could totally see that being really awesome. Table, dining table, appliances, zombies. Yeah, but Kessels, feel free to say anything you want about your game or anything you're looking into or any questions or whatever. So I saw someone wanted eggs, so I click on eggs. Someone wants omelets, click on omelets. So yeah, I want to see that like core moment-to-moment engagement early, or I want to see the long-term value progression really early, you know? So like the first time experience, whatever it's going to be, like that's what I want to see early, you know? Like the gameplay, teaching the players the gameplay level by level, like the core gameplay is clicking on the items you see, you know? So it's not like I'm not being a surface like anything that's really engaging or challenging right away. But if you instead start with free mode, that would make more sense. Or if the gameplay start off with you like delivering the dishes, and then you get zombies to help you over time, or whatever it is. Like, and there's probably 100 other things you're thinking about that like could alleviate this problem. I think we do 3 tutorial levels. So we have a full cookbook of levels, and then free mode. Gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm really curious to get to free mode. I would love to play free mode whenever that is. That like something that I can play now. It makes sense that I probably won't be able to play on the stream because right now it says you have to get through 12 levels. I'm just like, it seems like free mode has like potential, like Mattman said. So I'd be really curious to play free mode and know like, because I think that's where the long-term value is going to come from. So I'm really curious like what that's like. I would love to play on the stream sometime in free mode, whenever is possible. Still in development. Gotcha. I like that they're wearing these sunglasses. But yeah, I love the aesthetic. I love the game space. And I think you're gonna really be able to polish this and like think through the first time user experience and the long-term value and perfecting engaging moment-to-moment gameplay. Beyond just clicking pictures that you see. Like, I want like a really engaging like gameplay system that like is like, you know, I'm constantly thinking and making choices, you know. Like, to me that's important for creating that like hook of the gameplay. I see that in games like Diner Dash because like you're having to like always execute actions and sometimes it can get chaotic, you know. And I think there's ways you can do this with this because this gameplay system is very different than Diner Dash. I thought it was similar, but it's actually very different. So it seems more like a strategy take on Diner Dash, which I think is interesting. And I think that totally has potential. I think you're going to be able to nail this down and polish it up. I really am confident that you're able to do that still. Yeah, so yeah, those are just my thoughts. Like, I could see the first level being like, oh, you have to make their dish and take it to them and maybe do that for a little bit. And then it could say like, oh, try getting a zombie waiter, and then it helps you out. And then that looks like a thing of value kind of. And you can still help out maybe with the waiting if there's a lot of customers, you know. Like, that could create like lots of choices for the gameplay for the player to constantly make. Like, do I focus on cooking or do I focus on waiting? What do you think of going to the market to get... what do you think of going to the market to buy some items to use it with cooking, like tomatoes? It depends on what you mean by that. If you mean like, oh, so this is interesting. It's an interesting idea, I think. If it was in between levels, like before the level you have to get ingredients, I don't think that improves the gameplay that much. But if in the middle, so it seems like I have the job of being the cook in a way, except the cooking is just clicking on an item. So it's not very engaging moment to moment wise. But if I had to manage like the ingredients, and so like if there was like a restaurant here and I had to like go to the restaurant to, I think this is actually a great idea, honestly, the more I think about it. Like, I have a limited amount of money, that's my limited resource. So I'm trying to make items to make money, but I also have to manage my ingredients. So if I'm running low on certain ingredients, I also have to kind of make that choice of, okay, do I just ignore this recipe for a while, or do I go invest money in these ingredients and hope that it pays off in terms of people want the tomatoes for the tomato soup, etc. I could see that being interesting. Maybe just a vegetable cart that comes outside the door. That's a great way to execute that, I think. Like, yeah, it could be just like something. It could be in your restaurant, or it could be outside the restaurant. You know, maybe there's like a grocer on the sidewalk selling food that you can access. Like, it feels like you need some kind of like balance, like to constantly engage the player. And so if you're tasking like on the other side of the street, it'd probably be easier to just put like a cart here, you know. I don't think you need a restaurant, although you could. I think the closer it is to the kitchen, the better, because you want players constantly engaged with managing stuff. And so right now I'm not having to manage anything. I'm just literally clicking on an item that I see. So if I had to strategically manage, oh, I need to buy more items to upkeep this, and like so, like there's like that game like on the Switch called like Order Up or something, like where it's like that multiplayer co-op game where you're like cooking and you're chopping onions and you're like it's all about like the chaos of managing all this stuff and doing it as smoothly as possible. So I could see you doing that instead of being a waiter, which is what Diner Dash is. Overcooked is the name. Thank you. So in Overcooked, you're the chef. In Diner Dash, you're the waitress. In Undead Eatery, you're like the CEO of this restaurant. So I like the idea of you having to balance things that is unique that the CEO of a restaurant would need to do, which maybe it's buying items during the middle of service. Maybe you don't have that many to start with, but you have to make money. Then you can buy more items, and then you can use those items to make the food. I could totally see that working out and really making the moment gameplay really engaging. Tipasoft says, if it is a tycoon game, you can include so much details. That's an interesting point. Tipasoft also says, optionally, it can be also automized if some of the players do not want to spend so much time with that. I think that makes sense in the context of like a free mode where it's all about the long-term progression. But it seems like in these levels, like in the gameplay itself, I want to be like engaged, like constantly engaged, you know? And I feel like just clicking on the item isn't enough. But if I had to do that and get the items from the store, from the cart outside or whatever it is, and really be careful about my resources, I totally could see that being really engaging. So yeah, I really love the potential of this game. I love the theme. I love the art. I love where you're going with the online component. Kessel says, but then it costs a little more money to do that. I'm guessing you're saying it costs more money to buy like the items. It seems like something that's something I don't know if that's what you're saying, but it seems like that's something you could manage with your economy, like just by changing the prices of things. Like, what if you start off with to make it Kessel is saying to make it automized, and Tipazoff says sure, gotcha. What if like instead of like, so level 1, you have $50. What if instead of $50, I'm kind of going off of your idea, what if in the hiring of waiters totally makes sense too. Like maybe you're hiring waiters, buying food, and setting up the recipes and making the recipes quickly. And maybe like sometimes the waiters quit. Maybe you could give your person, you could really embrace the zombie aesthetic of your zombie waiters. If like maybe sometimes they go bad and they start eating. Okay, what about this? What if you're the zombie? Eventually, maybe sometimes they go crazy and they start eating the customer, and then you have to like fire those zombies or just kill them or something, and you have to replace those with other zombies. So, to me, it'd be cool to make the moment-to-moment gameplay engaging. You could be like clicking the items in the thought bubbles. That's not too engaging, but it would be engaging if paired with managing the waiter staff to make sure none of them are like eating their customers. So you have to fire those people. Also making sure you have enough ingredients to make the recipes you're making. I could see that being really engaging moment to moment. Or they die and you got to clean them off your floor. That's another great idea. Like, and that could like really breathe like the whole spirit of your game with like the zombie theme. Customers leave because of smell, or are tired. You have to give them a break. Those are all great solutions, I think. I think something like that could be cool. And I think that would make your game constantly engaging, moment to moment wise. So I was thinking, like, what if instead of starting off with $50, you have to get to $75? What if you start off with like very little money, like $10, but you start off with like a fair amount of ingredients, and so you use those ingredients to kind of make the recipes, and then you quickly make some money, and then maybe you're short some. Then that's when you decide, I need to like refill my ingredients in order to make the recipes. So maybe instead of costing money to, and this is just all ideas, you're the expert, Kessels. I'm just speaking as if I know your game when obviously I don't. You know your game. This is just someone who has no idea what they're talking about, just giving my third person feedback. Like instead of costing money to make the recipes, and again, I was kind of confused by setting of the prices. Maybe that makes more sense in the free mode. Like to me, it'd be cool if like I had one book and all the maybe the recipes on it, like, you know. So like I click the stove and I see all the recipes I can make. So it's not about flipping through the book. It could just be you see all the recipes. You don't have to worry about the price. You don't have to worry about the cost of the recipe. What if you just make the recipes and those cost ingredients instead? And so you need to make sure you have your ingredients refilled, keeping an eye on your waiter staff, hiring new ones as you get enough money or whatever. I could see the management of that stuff being more interesting. I don't feel incentivized to change the prices of things in the early levels because I don't really understand what's good and what's bad, you know. And you could advertise in your game to get more customers. That's another great idea. Maybe maybe there's some button you can hit or a TV you can hit in your kitchen, and then it advertises your restaurant for the next minute. You get like a ton of people, and maybe you advertise a certain meal. So maybe you advertise the omelet, and then a bunch of people come in looking for omelets, and then that adds a lot of strategy to the game because you want to advertise the meal that you have a lot of ingredients for. And so by managing these different things, you can kind of make smart decisions about the advertising based on buying the right ingredients, etc., and to list what you need to cook for like 5 ornaments. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I think that's a great idea. Like what you said about managing the waiter staff and the advertisements. Like I love that idea. I think that would giving the player more stuff to manage that makes sense for like the owner of a restaurant to manage. Like this seems like it takes it out of the realm of Diner Dash, you know, like it's like I compare it to Overcooked as like the chef. In Overcooked, you're the chef managing all of the cooking kitchen stuff. In Diner Dash, you're the waiter managing, delivering all of the meals and collecting the tips and cleaning up the dishes. And in your game, Undead Eatery, totally unique from all those games because you're the owner of the restaurant, and so you're managing all the owner stuff. I love the advertiser thing that you mentioned. I think that's probably one of my favorite things you mentioned so far, and because it adds a lot of strategy to the game. And I also love the idea you mentioned about buying ingredients. And so in this one, it's totally different because you're the owner of the restaurant and you're managing all of the restaurateur tasks, and that lends itself totally awesome for like this progression in the free mode where you're building up your own restaurant. I think that's totally cool, and I think it would make the levels more engaging so that I would, if the gameplay was like that, I think I could see myself playing through the levels and having like a really fun time. And then I could see free mode being like an alternate way to play where you're like building up this restaurant in the long run and stuff. So I think all this stuff has me really excited about this game, honestly. Does that all make sense? Like anything that we need to know that we don't understand, which would make sense of certain things or would allow us to see your game in a new way, like, or any questions, like feel free to say anything you want. Kind of like I'm really fascinated by this game space. Like you're tapping into like a kind of game that people recognize because of Diner Dash, because of Overcooked, but you're doing it with a totally different theme in a totally different game space because you're the restaurateur, you know? So I think that is totally fascinating. My throat is starting to hurt. But yeah, like my favorite examples came to me from what you said about the advertising. Like you have some money, you decide, oh, I'm gonna invest in advertising, like the omelet, like, oh, come by my restaurant and there's like the omelets are great. Then for the next 30 seconds you get an influx of customers looking for omelets, and you want to do that when you're prepared to make all those omelets. So you're managing all these things and providing moments for players to feel really smart and strategize, you know? Some people messaging on Facebook. Very nice. Hello, Alexa Johnson. We played Dodgy Walls, and we're talking about that. Love the core gameplay for casual players for Dodgy Walls. A lot of people talking about Dodgy Walls. I'm going to say, okay, if you're listening, all y'all on Facebook, I love the core gameplay of Dodgy Walls. We gave some suggestions as to like maybe how to provide more like long-term progression. Like it'd be cool if there were like the game evolved over time. Like maybe I love that you can unlock those customizable avatars. I can even pull the game open again. I don't know how long these comments were written ago, you know, so I don't know if you all are still watching or not, but I love the core gameplay of Dodgy Walls. I think it's great for casual mobile players. It's so simple and addictive. It reminds me of Flappy Bird, but in a totally different way. But I want like Flappy Bird to me got kind of old after a while. Like I want to see like the game progress. So we kind of were talking about like maybe there's ways to like add new obstacles, like things that move a little bit, or like things to advance as you keep going to provide that long-term value for players beyond just the customization of your Square character. So I feel like these comments maybe were written a long time ago, but let me know if anyone has any questions on Facebook about Dodgy Walls or anything. Thank you so much for Lexa Johnson for advertising this stream and stuff. Madman PS2 says, your voice is going to be gone tomorrow. Yes, it is. We've been streaming for over 3 hours now, playing all these amazing mobile games made by indie developers, including Lexa Johnson. But yeah, I think we're gonna wrap up pretty soon. So, hey again, Sakran. I know I've been kind of ignoring some of these chats. I've just been so engrossed in the Undead Eatery gameplay. But yeah, Kessel's like, I'm fascinated by this game. It looks amazing. It has a really great look and theme, and as I said, I love where this is going for the gameplay. I'm curious if you really are confident in these changes that we've discussed. If these new features, I'm curious if you are going to pursue them or not. Just let us know either way. But that's just some of our feedback, some of my feedback. And you're whenever we get feedback to these mobile indie game developers, they're the expert. Like for Dodgy Walls, I said maybe there could be like walls like after you level up or something, after you get a certain amount into the game, maybe you unlock a new obstacle or something. But Lexa Johnson knows their game way more than I do, and so I'm sure there's reasons as to why maybe that wouldn't work, etc. We were one of the big pieces of feedback I gave for Dodgy Walls is, what if there was some kind of like daily challenge, or some kind of competitive feature where I want to play in order to like get a high score, and maybe that gives me extra coins or something. Kessel says, thanks for all the feedback, guys. This is why I let people play the prototype of my game. It is awesome to be in a community with people like you, Kessels, that show off their game while it's still in development, because as you said, I think that's essential for game developers. That's why even finished games that are on the App Store, we still give them our feedback, because mobile games are live experiences. All games are live experiences, and they can evolve over time and stuff. And we need more developers like you, Kessels, that are open-minded about receiving feedback, because that's how you make great games. By like just like throwing ideas on the wall and talking to other people and seeing how they stick and stuff. Like it's awesome to see how open-minded you are about receiving feedback like that. I know there's a lot of developers that are don't like to kind of talk about the critiques of their game, but as you said, it's in development, so I figured we might as well like just talk about everything we think of, So I'm super excited to play this game and keep following your progress. Like, I really believe in your game, Undead Eatery, and I really believe, more than just the game itself, I believe in you as a developer by seeing the way you react to this feedback and the way you threw out some suggestions in the game that I thought were like really interesting. Like, you mentioned, what if there were other things the person was doing, like buying ingredients and advertising the game? I was like, that makes total sense. That's a great solution, So I'm super excited to see where your game goes from here. Let us know if you ever want us to play it again. I would love to keep streaming it. Just let us know whenever you want us to play a new feature or give you more feedback. Thank you to everyone watching on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. We're doing this special stream every Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time where we play a list of mobile games. So this was the list of games today that we played. We didn't get to Darks Unleashed Online. We're going to do that next time, though. And so every week we're going to play more indie mobile games, and we all play them together. We try to rate them 5 stars if they're out, or give them just feedback if they're not out yet. I think it's a great way to learn as a community by playing these games together and sharing our opinions of them. It's also a great way to promote the games and help out the developers with the feedback. I also stream Tuesday through Friday at the same time. And I developed my game Emoji Pop, which again you can see here, and played at playmojipop.com. another game that's in development, feel free to give me whatever feedback you have about that. Based on streamers like chatters like Kessels and Mattman, I've dramatically changed the UI and other elements of the game based on their feedback. So game design is all about being open-minded to other people. If you're a game designer and you're open-minded to feedback, then I believe in you because you have what it takes to learn and evolve your game's design. And so Kessels has been a great example of that, and I'm so excited to see what they do in the future with Undead Eatery. You can check out Undead Eatery on Steam. I work out the ideas that we talk about tomorrow on paper. Sweet. So excited to follow this game. I'm so excited. I think this is such a unique twist on a classic genre that we can all relate to. Yet it takes it in a totally different direction with a totally different theme. Super awesome. I'm really excited about kind of some of these features. And maybe some of them you decide work, maybe some of them don't. Maybe you go off in other directions based on this feedback. Whatever it is, I'm super excited. I know you're an open-minded person that's looking to make the best game you can. But yeah, thank you all so much for sharing the stream as well. Lexa Johnson, thank you so much for sharing this. I was really happy to play Dodgy Walls. I'm excited to play it again in the future. One of the games I'm addicted to right now. Also, if you're just joining us, please play Farm Break because the developer is in our community. They're named Vincius, I believe. And Farm Break is released today is the first day, and I am insanely impressed by the game. If it opens up, I can show you real fast, and maybe not. But yeah, I think I'm gonna log off now. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow because I have some appointments in the morning. But I stream Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So excited for our future streams. We're going to be working on Emoji Pop more this week. I was working on it a good amount over the weekend. But whenever I'm working on it, feel free to come by, give me feedback, or have me play your game, update me on your game, and I'd love to take a break. I'm open to that distraction. Thank you all for watching. I know I've said goodbye like 3 times now, but this time I mean it.